is up, everyone? We are live with a very exciting stream today. A little bit last minute, kind of impromptu, but this is the first final stream of T5S2 Season 5. We are live with the Pod 3 Finals. This is, in the red over here, MooMooCow, T5S2 Season 4 finalist, playing Adeptus Custodes. Lost in the elimination stage quarterfinals in a super close barn burner of a game against season invitational champion Devin Swan. But he's back here trying to reclaim his place at the top of the heap with a pod win right out of the gate in Season 5. But on the other side of the table, trying to spoil him is a relative newcomer to the finals table. This is Tunnan in the blue, playing Crusher Stampede. This is going to be a matchup, I think, in competitive play in the current metagame, you should expect to see pretty often. Because this is one that I think we're going to see played out quite a lot. Crusher Stampede versus Adeptus Custodes. Adeptus Custodes currently the bugbear in the metagame with immense overrepresentation in competitive play and a very high win percentage. I think in the high 60s was the last quoted number for their faction. So we'll see if they continue to be as dominant moving on into the future. But one of the potential bad matchups for them is this Tyranid Crusher Stampede. There's a lot of tools that Crusher Stampede has that they can use to deal with Adeptus Custodes, but on the flip side, Adeptus Custodes also so resilient to a lot of game plans that they may just be able to fight through a lot of times. I guess we should do a...
No, it's on. Thank you.
Do a prediction here for everybody in chat. Get that going as the players go through their deployment phase. Now, this is a little bit of an interesting Crusher Stampede build from Tunnan. And we'll go ahead and talk about the list here as the players are completing their deployment step.
Hang on.
Exclamation point lists in chat if you want to follow along and take a look at the lists. We have, out of Tunnan, the Crusher Stampede army. This is a single battalion detachment out of High Fleet Leviathan, as is normal. High Fleet Leviathan obviously giving access to all of those incredible stratagems and special abilities. Obviously, you don't get their sub-faction ability, but you will get a ton of stratagems that are very powerful for the faction. So this is a double Hive Tyrant build. One of them with 2 sets of monstrous Scything Talons, Adrenal Glands, as well as the Biomorphic Carapace for -1 to be wounded, and the Adaptive Physiology of Murderous Size for +1 Strength AP and damage on those monstrous Scything Talons. No Rampaging Beast on this one, though, to be fair, which is interesting. That's going to put that guy at Strength 7, AP 4, 4 damage, and he has T7 with a 4+ invulnerable save and -1 to be wounded, which means most of the Custodes army is wounding him on 6s outside of the Virtus Praetor's salvo launchers, and potentially their melee attacks, which might be a little bit easier. Obviously, Custodes have some ways to get around that, which we'll talk about as the game goes on, I'm sure. But we also have a second Hive Tyrant in this detachment. This one bringing the Mass Convergence Discipline. So the first one taking Paroxysm and Psychic Scream, which is pretty often the case. Those two powers tend to be a little bit more offensively oriented. So the more offensive, aggressive Tyrant typically takes them. So the second Hive Tyrant with that Mass Convergence Discipline, he's taking the Resonance Barb, so we have no CP regen in this Tyranid list, which is going to be problematic for them. But he's very much a support Hive Tyrant. We have 2 sets of Devourers with Brain Leech Worms, a Strength 6 AP 0 weapon. Usually pretty good at clearing hordes, which Crusher Stampede can struggle against a little bit. So he's certainly not a bad include there, although unfortunately against Adeptus Custodes, he, with all those 2+ armor saves, the AP 0 is going to be a little scary for that guy. Although he can chip in a little bit of damage sometimes. He's also bringing Strategic Adaptation and Swarm Leader, so we do have redeploys on the side of the table for the Tyranids. And Swarm Leader allowing those Hive Guard to reroll all of their hit rolls, which can be Emperor's Auspiced by the Adeptus Custodes, but it is a CP bleed for them. And then lastly, we have the Swarm Lord in the list. We also have 3 units of Tyranid Warriors. Now, these are an interesting loadout. They have Lash Whips and Bone Swords on these guys. The technology there is that the Lash Whips and Bone Swords actually allow the model to remain in place until after the attacking unit has fought, which means that the model each slain model will actually stand there and prevent enemies from piling in or consolidating. And as we can see here with Tunnan's very defensive placement, he's going to be using those guys to bunker the Hive Guard, so even if somebody gets into the Hive Guard unit, plans to kill the Warriors, because they are not that hard to kill, although they do have a 5+ invulnerable save from the Crusher Stampede, Army of Renown, they can potentially then plan on orbiting around to get into the Hive Guard. Now, obviously with Tyranid Warrior still there, you have to end closer to the Tyranid Warrior, so that makes that pile-in move, or that consolidate move, excuse me, it's much more difficult. It does make the units much more expensive, though. Adds, I think 6 points per unit, which starts to eat points pretty quickly. 2 of those, or all 3 of those, excuse me, with Bioweapon Bond, so they can each give +1 to hit to something within 12 inches, or bounce that off other Synapse creatures. We also have a unit of Hive Guard, 6 Hive Guard with Impaler Cannons, pretty common. 2 units of, or 2 Side Turtles, excuse me, and interestingly also 2 Harpies. Harpies pretty common include in Crusher Stampede, a little bit of a utility piece. They do have Stranglethorn Cannon, so a blast weapon, again, pretty good anti-horde weapon, but unfortunately not great against Custodes because it's only AP1. And it is blast, so once they get engaged in melee, they aren't able to use it. But they're also just very fast and can hold objectives, so you can use Hive Mind Imperative to give them objective secured and then run around the table to take objectives from people. And that's usually the role of the Harpy, is just to be running around. So I think a pretty interesting build of Crusher Stampede. Unfortunately, a little pillow-fisted, I think, into this Custodes build. We have the Hive Tyrant, no melee weapons on the Hive Tyrant. The support Hive Tyrant is going to make that late game a little bit tougher. And the 2 Harpies is a heavy committal into Harpies. Those are not units that do a lot of damage, unfortunately for them. Although those 2 Side Tyrantles hopefully will pick up the slap. But we do have a lot of anti-Side Tyrantl technology on MooMooCow's side of the table, which we'll talk about as we get into his list. So this is a single battalion detachment coming out of Emperor's Chosen for MooMooCow. Pretty common. I think Emperor's Chosen generally accepted to be the best shield host for Adeptus Custodes. Gives them access to all the other shield host abilities through Esteemed Amalgam, and also those Emperor's Chosen specific abilities. So the 1 reroll to hit or wound every time you shoot or fight, which is perfect for these little 3-man units of Custodes who are making, 3 or 9 attacks. Getting that 1 reroll in there certainly helps. But then also a 4+ ignore against mortal wounds, which is a big deal in the Crusher Stampede matchup specifically, because a lot of mortal wounds coming out of these guys. We have that breaking through stratagem to deal 6 on the charge. We also have a lot of smites from the Psychers as well, and auto explodes from the big beasties. Very powerful defensive technology on the side of the Custodes. They otherwise will eat those mortal wounds pretty easily. We have a Praetorian Plate Shield Captain. Now, we should keep in mind that this is for this event because the event was live before the recent FAQ to the Custodes Codex. The Praetorian Plate is not being treated as a heroic intervention for this game. So if that Praetorian Plate guy is repositioned, he cannot be attacked by units that charge that during the fight phase. He's also bringing Unstoppable Destroyer, so he's going to be able to consolidate an additional inch and end wherever he wants, as long as it's in melee with somebody. So might be able to counteract that defensive Lash Whip technology on the Tyranid Warriors there, unfortunately. As well as Impregnable Mind. So he's going to count as 4 models, excuse me, when holding objectives. And he has a Deny, which is a pretty big deal in this matchup. Swarmlord getting a little spin there. Woohoo! He's having a great time. Hope you're all having a great time in there, chat. I think we, hopefully this is going to be an exciting game. It is an interesting matchup. I think one of the most interesting matchups in the metagame right now. It's very active. We also have 1 unit of Prosecutors. Oh, excuse me. Shield Captain, Dawn Eagle Jet Bike, Superior Creation. Radiant Mantle, so -1 to be hit. As well as Castellan's Mark, so the redeploy stratagem. I hope that MooMooCow is aware that that is in his list. I think he was telling his opponent that he had Auric Aquilus. Well, we'll find out, I guess. And then Trajan Valoris, who is going to be in there to give rerolls to everybody, and some CP regen, and a late game powerhouse. Potential double fight on that guy. 6 attack, strength 10, for 3 damage. Pretty good.
Okay.
We have 2 units of Sagittarium Custodians, so these guys are
Anyway, so.
pretty good into Crusher Stampede. They can put a lot of 2 damage attacks down that are reduced to 1 damage because of the Crusher Stampede Army of Renown ability. But
Just let me make, sorry, just give me a second.
they
Gotta make sure I am bringing the right list against you because I have.
oh yeah, I think MooMooCow sounds like you might have just noticed that. Yeah, I think it might. It looks, everything else looks kosher, so I don't know. There is another Sagittarium unit. Yeah, I don't. This might be the wrong list, chat.
Oh, okay, sorry, yes. So. Whoops. Apologies. It's just.
Yeah,
it's
so it
late.
looks like he had a Guardian Spear Custodian unit
It's
instead of the second
2 squads of
Sagittarium unit spawned in.
Ignore they have the.
Yeah.
Ignore they have the. They don't have the.
Okay.
daggers.
Well, we're fixing it slowly but surely.
And
So moving on, those 2 Sagittarium
he
units
doesn't
pretty
have
good
the
against
deploys.
Adeptus or against Crusher Stampede, even though their attacks are reduced down by 1 damage against all of the monsters. Rendax, the Martial Kata, to give them 6s automatically wounding against those big monsters, means that they can put a very reasonable amount of damage through on the higher duels,
Hey,
even wounding on 5s.
you're going first.
It looks like Tyranids win the round to go first, which is going to be a pretty big deal on these 5 objective missions. Gives you easy access to the center objective to get Stranglehold, although Tunnan not taking Stranglehold, interestingly. We also have a Contemptor Achilles in this list. A little bit of a slow boy, but he has Eternal Penitent, so he can reroll his charge, and he's going to be in Deep Strike. 1 unit of Custodian Wardens to protect the characters. 1 Vexillus Praetor with a Magnifica, so dense cover to everybody within 6. Which is going to be pretty good at keeping those Hive Guard shots a little bit less effective.
Yeah,
as well as 3
so
units of Virtus
basically,
Praetors,
instead of
all
double move
with
on
salvo
the bike,
launchers.
He's got the redeploy. That's
Pretty standard stuff. Okay, so I think we're going through our redeploys here. We did have ruled that first player will redeploy their stuff first, regardless of the special rule on the redeploy abilities specifically. So if both players have pre-game redeploys or movements, first player will always do it first. And the second player will get to react to it. We have, for secondary objectives chosen here, MooMooCow with behind enemy lines, which is an interesting one. I think that one might be a little tough for them, although, to be fair, the game plan is almost entirely revolving around how long these Hive Guard can be shut down by the Custodes player. They typically lose effectiveness after turn 2 or so, because they'll often lose the CP to be pumped into buffing their guns. But after 2 rounds of shooting, oftentimes they can sprinkle enough damage over the Custodes army that they can kind of create this attrition lead. Looks like we might be just angling in on this Hive Tyrant charge here. That's very aggressive. Which means that MooMooCow is incentivized to just literally ram all of these Virtus Praetors directly into his opponent's face. Which means that behind enemy lines may actually be scored pretty often there. We have Bring It Down, which should get maxed out against this Tyranids list, or at least close to it, as well as Abhor the Witch. Although only 3 characters for Abhor the Witch. It doesn't conflict. That's my word that I'm looking for. It doesn't conflict with Bring It Down, so it's kind of a free roll.
Yes, 6-inch.
But getting all 3 Tyrants is often difficult. For Tunnan over here, interestingly, Engage in All Fronts as a pick, that's a mood, I guess. I guess he's not confident in holding maybe these side objectives with the Crusher Stampede, although Crusher Stampede usually, all it wants to do is toilet bowl the game into a fight in the center, where it can potentially win with the higher duels, fighting on death and fighting twice. And a lot of times that's why you'll see Stranglehold being taken for Crusher Stampede, but interestingly, we're not going to take that. We do have the Harpies who can score that Engage in All Fronts, so they're going to be running into the different quarters. And this is a good deployment for Engage in All Fronts, since you have to be moving to these side objectives anyway in order to be scoring in. So that should be at least a 10 for Tunnan. Assassination, which can be scored to 13 because of the 4 characters on the side of the table for MooMooCow. That's a pretty good one against Adeptus Custodes. Characters are usually the only unit type that they take in volume. They're oftentimes not voluminous enough for good no prisoner score. Sometimes you get 8 on no prisoners,
they've got
but
Hive Tyrants.
the 13 on assassination is pretty good. Although there is a little bit of a conflict with psychic interrogation, the third objective pick here, where these Hive Tyrants are going to be asking some questions of those characters with the psychic action. But obviously, if you kill the characters, you can't ask them questions anymore.
Okay,
So
I think I'll just do that.
we're maybe trying to keep a couple alive. Take them alive for take back for questioning. We are on Death and Zeal today. So this does have what everybody's calling sticky objectives, so locking objectives. The objectives will lock into a player's control if it's held by a unit with objective secured. Now, Tyranids can make all of their units objective secured with Hive Mind Imperative, so you can actually potentially lock that one in for the Tyranids. Although there's an interesting timing on that. It procs at the end of the command phase, so you'd have to Hive Mind Imperative on the turn that you want to lock the objective in. And then if your opponent takes it back by the end of the turn, then you... or if your opponent holds it at the end of a phase, then you will lose that control. We also have the mission-specific primary here. 2 victory points if you control an objective marker that you did not control at the start of your turn. So if you lose one and then go get it back, you'll get 2 victory points. Or if you destroy one enemy marker that was in range of... one enemy unit that was in range of an objective marker. You get 3 points if you get both, 2 if you get 1, and that one should be a pretty easy score for both these players. Especially turn 1, we can just run up, control those objective markers, and start getting points. So it looks like MooMooCow with the Castellan's mark here, pulling the characters back out of threat range of the Hive Tyrant. There are some Wardens in range of the Hive Guard, but it doesn't look like Virtus Praetors are quite in range here. Now, one target that not a lot of players consider is those the Prosecutors. The Hive Guard can clip those out pretty easily with, maybe 4 Hive Guard shooting. They can't really be protected by the Custodes' defensive abilities, and losing that unit, it might not seem like it because they're just a 60-point little objective holder. It's actually pretty painful for Custodes. It makes their actions tougher. Although we don't have actions on MooMooCow's side of the table. It means that they don't have that unit to stand at the back here and hold that objective. They'll have to keep a character back there, or maybe the Warden Squad. And those are units that could be up fighting for the middle and trying to push up on this this Tyranid army. So I almost always like the play of killing those trash units. And we can see the same thing in the Custodes list that are taking Void's Men-at-Arms as well. It's a 40-point objective holding unit. Just 5 Imperial Guard veterans, essentially, for 40 points. They don't really do any damage, but they do sit on an objective for a while. And the Prosecutors have that additional ability to stifle psychic powers, which the Tyranid list relies on pretty heavily. They only have psychic affecting abilities out to 18 inches, though, so you can play KG with the Psychers and try to keep them out of the range. But as the Prosecutors move up the table and you have to deal with them, you may lose the psychic phase to them, or a lot of a psychic phase, unless you kill them. So we'll see if we see a Hive Guard shot to just clear that unit. Send it back to the players' mics here as we're considering our movement phase.
Okay. I'm gonna split it up.
Yeah, so one thing else to keep in mind is that on the Death and Zeal map that we have currently for Season 5, the passage to the center is very narrow between these 2 ruins. Maybe alleviated in the future if we want that to be a little bit more open to non-infantry attackers, or at least units that can't get through the doors in the ruins. But that does require the Crusher Stampede monsters to go around the sides. Now, fortunately for Crusher Stampede, they are fast enough that that's not actually that big of a deal. But it does mean that the avenue of attack directly through the middle is a little tougher.
1 inch, good boy.
It also means that the typical play of just ramming a Hyrule with shields up, Synaptic Barrier for a 4+ invulnerable save, Catalyst for a 5+ damage ignore, just sitting it in the center of the table and hoping for the best is a little bit less effective on this map, because you do have to then go around the entire wall if you want to be pushing that guy forward. So eating a round of shooting and then running forward is a little bit slower. Looks like we're going to be putting 2 monsters on objective 4 here. Should be pretty safe for now. Now, the other thing I'm a little bit worried about in this matchup for the Tyranid list is that we don't really have any defensive technology against these salvo launchers. So I imagine what we see here, and what I always advise Custodes players to do in this matchup is to reveal a turn 1 Rendax. You can swap that to turn 2 if you want to with Trajan Valoris. But it does mean that in situations like this where your opponent is moving up into salvo launcher range, you will get a turn of optimal shooting out of those Sagittarum and the Virtus Praetors. Then you can turn that into +1 strength and the 6s automatically wound on turn 2. And you have a Dakatari to back that up on the next round. So reduce your damage to 1 for an additional attack, and your damage being reduced to 1 doesn't matter against Crusher Stampede, since they're already reducing your damage to 1 anyway for everybody but Trajan, essentially. So you just get additional damage against them. So you get 3 turns of doing extra damage to the Crusher Stampede army in a row, starting on turn 1. And depending on how the Psychic phase goes here, we could potentially see a Hyrule get clipped out by those salvo launcher attacks if things go poorly for them. Shields can only go up on 1 Hyrule. So we can put a barrier up on 1 and Catalyst on the other one, maybe to keep them both alive, but a bracketed Hyrule might as well be a dead Hyrule oftentimes in this matchup, especially if the Custodes player plays very cagey. Because they get so slow, unfortunately, that they can't really interact with the bikes very well. So if MooMooCow elects to just stay in his deployment zone for a turn, take all those shots into the Hyrules and try to get them down both to half, that's a pretty big deal for the Tyranid player.
It's not measuring correctly from Trajan, is it? It's just like...
No, yeah, it's in the middle of its base, so sorry.
Try and tune it up a little bit. He's very quiet.
Just fine.
What are you measuring to?
I am measuring a 24-inch whispering power.
24-inch from Trajan is there.
Yeah, so I was almost correct.
Go.
I'm just
Adeptus
thinking
Custodes
about-
need some wins? Yeah, chat. Looks like no one voting for Tyranids to win this win this game. Ooh. No respect for Tyranids today.
Okay.
I do think I do think that Tunnan's list is a little I think, like I mentioned at the top, gonna be a little bit pillow-fisted, I think, against Adeptus Custodes. We need some extra heavy hitters in there.
Well, like, can't advance.
But we'll see how
and
it goes.
shoot,
I think
right?
this matchup is,
What can you
like
do?
I said, it's very active. There's a
I
lot
can.
of very impactful
I can.
decision-making going down.
A leg,
And
turning them into different fighting style or what?
Yeah.
it can be very dice dependent as well. Both these armies are protected by very heavy defensive stratagems and invulnerable saves. And if invulnerable saves go well for one of them and poorly for the other one, it can be very over very quickly. If we see a round of shooting here that just clips out a bunch of the bikes, and the Hyrules make all their invulnerable saves in the swing back, the game could be over immediately. But to be fair, there is a lot of dice to be rolled in this matchup, and so it can swing wildly both ways. Hopefully, at the very least, it'll be an exciting game to watch. I do want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out on the on this Sunday stream. Don't usually stream on Sundays, but we this matchup literally just got paired, and the players are like, "Hey, we're free. Let's play it. Let's get it going." So I hope everyone's having a good weekend. I know there's some other tournaments happening this weekend. Pretty exciting weekend of 40k to watch. Looks like we're actually moving the Warriors out. I wonder if we may see a slight reposition here on the Hive Guard to give them better shots. We can use Onslaught to allow them to move and shoot without penalty. So that's not the end of the world, moving those guys. Plus you give them full rerolls to hit with the Hive Tyrant. Yeah, +1 to hit on them, plus the Swarm Leader. Good stuff.
No, these guys are actually gonna move. order to get that range that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, it does force a failure point in the Tyranid game plan. Although with full rerolls, if they fail, that onslaught is not the end of the world. But it does mean that they
move out of the way.
do have potential to fail that. Although you will probably see the auspice go down if they once they do shoot, because they are the only reroll on the table
Swarmy
right
is
now.
gonna advance.
Sure.
And opening up a little section for Swarm Lord to get through here. We see a metabolic overdrive on him to double move him behind this building, and then double move the Hive Tyrant into an aggressive position.
So I got another 1.5.
It's important to remember that all these guys in the building here for Custodes are in the Vexilla Magnifica.
I'm gonna spend one.
So the shooting into them is going to be -1 to hit, and then if the Hive Guard are also -1 to hit from moving, then they will
results. So
be hitting back on 4s, even through their bioweapon bond.
And we're gonna put him here.
If you're going there, you're going through the difficult.
Yeah, yes, I know. So 13 goes down to 12 goes down to 10. Just need to be with him. That's good enough. And then shoot him up if I wanted to. And then this guy's coming up here. Check the range. I'm outside. That's good. He's within range. That's good.
So it looks like we're going to be trying to
Going over with your psychic powers.
perform our psychic
Here's what
action
we're
with the
gonna do.
Hive Tyrant.
We're gonna call Catalyst to begin with onto the Hero.
Mm-hmm.
Here goes shields up on the Hyrule.
That doesn't go off. Open course.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna need to reroll that.
We're going to CP
Okay,
the
sure.
Catalyst. Does go off.
Yep. There you go.
And then he's
Certainly
gonna
helps
do...
to force the Custodes player to
There's no
overcommit
need
into that Hyrule to get rid of him
Well,
once
nice.
it runs in.
Then I can
One
get
thing that we do have to
further
be
up, so
worried about
that's
here
fine
for
also.
the Tyranid player is a Tanglefoot grenade on that Hyrule
that goes off.
from the Sagittarum once it goes in.
And then
Potentially make it fail
let's
its charge, but it is
try,
onslaughted, so it is going to be able to advance the charge. So we will be
four up
-1 to
beam will-
hit with the Hive Guard.
would be nice.
This is a classic Crusher Stampede play. Put all of the tokens on a single
Of course.
Hyrule and
And
rocket
then,
them in. Looks like our
well, it
Snappy
doesn't go
Barrier
off
did
enough.
fail, though, so he's down
And then
at a measly 5+.
these 3
level.
attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And the aggressive surge
That
does go
definitely
off.
goes off. Onto him for how many?
Big 3 attacks, so that
Big 3.
Hyrule's coming in with the maximum 9 attacks. Ooh, boy.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Then this guy is gonna psychic interrogate whomever.
We've
Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
tuned him up.
Goes off on
Let's let her rip.
7.
It's like we're out of the
And then deny.
prosecutor's range, I think.
Do you wanna do
You're not within 18, right?
No. Oh, you can't do
Yep.
it with 24 inches? Okay.
He's not within 24, I think.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you are. You are. I'll try and deny that then. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Save it goes off.
So this is the impregnable bind deny, and it does
Nice.
deny the mental interrogation. That's unfortunate.
7.
I think that was maybe a little bit of a sloppy placement on Tunan's part. I think it looked like he could have been placed out of that deny, but he ended up getting hit by
I
it.
guess I can
Unfortunate.
throw. Well, I'm not within 18.
That's always a
so
feels bad.
Doesn't matter. All right.
Just a
good. Good.
a one dice roll for -3 VP on you on your score.
well,
It's a little
mistakes
sad.
are made.
But that stratagem, or that's a secondary, excuse me, still one of the best of the game.
This
To do a
guy
psychic
is
action
gonna
within 24 of a character
shoot
to
at this Sagittarium.
grab 3 VP.
Everything he got an own.
-1 hit.
Yes, with +1 to hit, with -1 to hit.
So
No,
fire
Why
it's
is-
why +1?
Because of the synaptic link.
Oh, you gave him +1. Okay, yeah. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So false.
So Harpy and
Let's see
Sagittarium.
how many shots
So
I
we
get. 5. And then for salvo launchers. Hitting on force.
Salvo launcher stats.
Yeah, I wish, right?
Yeah.
Wounds. So the blue ones are damage 2, and everything is -1.
Okay. So 3 up.
Nope.
Nope. Takes 2.
Wow. So the
Is
Strangle
this
Thorn Cannon
light
Shot
cover?
goes
No,
through.
it's not. So
Might lose a guy to the Stinger Salvo.
you're
here.
shooting at the front one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then 3s.
Hey, we
Yep,
killed
killed
a guy.
one.
We
Cool.
did. Okay. Well,
And then
good job,
let's go
Harpy.
for the high guard.
they heard me talking
Mhm.
crap about him.
I can reach these guys.
So looks like a couple Hive Guard gonna be in range of these Sagittarium to try to clip them out. Maybe just one actually. It's
I
unfortunate.
could have put him further up. Okay, so 1. Okay. That's stupid. One guy will shoot at these.
Yep, hitting
Stop
on
The only thing we
4s.
do have a advanced tactics video for those interested about talking about target priority in situations like this. One thing that you do often want to do is split your fire across as many units as possible, which gets you efficient attacks into all of your opponent's units because they don't have optimal usage of their defensive stratagems. They have to decide whether to Auspice and Transhuman against only half of your Hive Guard, for example, if you split half and half.
You've got rerolls.
And
on
then you
this,
can
right?
potentially use your double tap, especially with Hive Guard, or additional units
Turn
shooting,
off your rerolls on
and
the
just
rest,
attack
guys.
somewhere else.
Yes.
See
I'll
if I
stand
get the
for
CP
it.
back. Nope.
And I'll spend for exploding 6s as well.
Sure.
So 2 shots into the guys in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting on 4s, full
Fours.
rerolls. Hit 1, come on. Hit 1. 1 wound, -2.
4 up invul. Nope.
Ooh. One goes through on the Sagittarium. Does he die? Only 2 damage.
2 damage only.
2 damage.
And the other guys shooting up into the those guys. That's 10 shots. You turned off rerolls, so just 4s.
Yep.
So it looks like we did see Auspice go
That's
down
what you get.
on the guys inside the building.
Yeah, 3 is enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that Auspice being pretty
4
strong
ups, 1 at a time. Made it.
and making
Made
other
it.
saves.
Now I'll shoot again.
Mm-hmm.
Before I do, I'm just gonna move this guy.
Yep.
And since he's onslaughted, might as well advance him.
Mm-hmm.
So here comes the Hyrule. Big 16, so
Let's
hopefully
see.
that
What's the
Tanglefoot
possibility of
Grenade
me
isn't going to be
actually
too
killing
hard.
one of those?
Might go
It's
into the
quite slim.
Sagittarium unit. Wonder if we could hit the Sagittarium and the Bike Captain both.
Guess you're gonna Tanglefoot him. Oh, I moved him way too far. I'm just gonna not take the chance. So what did I roll a 4, right? So 16.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. And then yeah, shooting again. So one guy into to these guys, and
Okay.
rest of them going into the blue guys. So you go.
Okay. 1
So here we
CP,
go.
transhuman the blue guys.
Here's the
Yes.
double tap.
Do I get that back? Hey, I do. Okay.
One
into
guy
your
into
second
guys
unit,
in
so
the
using
dense
the second
cover.
defensive stratagem on the blue
Get to reroll.
biker squad.
Cool. Only one.
Saved.
Save it. Yeah. And then 10 shots into the other guys. Blue with full rerolls this time though.
3s, isn't it? 4s, isn't it? Because you
Yeah,
moved
it's
dense
4s.
cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's force. With full rerolls. What did I say? Did I say something else?
I thought you said 3s, but yeah, no, go ahead. Go
I don't know. Okay. And we get 3 back for an explosion.
Yep.
So good shot there.
And then force
you can
to
see the
wound.
effect
Force,
that
yep.
Auspice had on that last
Uh,
shot.
Okay.
Still 5 going through. Should clip a bike here. We'll see how these
1 at a
bikers
time.
do.
Failed. Damage?
1. Only.
Damage? 1?
Yeah, I
Okay.
rolled a 1, same as you.
You rolled a 1, okay.
Yeah, straight after one. Feels good now.
Okay.
Come on,
Next
give me some
one.
juice. Yes.
Failed.
wanna
And
reroll
roll
it?
the damage for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, the one's being brutal here.
Next one.
Oh man, what?
Wow. Okay, damage.
All right.
Oh man, what?
Brevi, what is
What
this?
on what bot is this?
What are those? Ah, there we go.
Okay, killed him.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
And then last one.
it took 4 failed vulnerable saves. We finally got killed one bike.
I'll hang on. I'll TP reroll that.
I'm gonna CP reroll to
Unbelievable.
try to keep damage off the second bike.
Jesus.
Still
What
fails,
on earth?
though.
Okay, damage.
Why not?
Damage.
This is gonna be a
Let's be
3
3.
here. Ready?
I would like that.
It is the 3. The 1/6 comes out of the
So
damage
at least
roll.
it's down to 2. What the fuck is going on?
Oh my god.
All right.
Yeah, so we
That's
failed
everything
5.
should
Yeah,
be.
6 out of 6 invulnerable saves into 5 sets of 1 damage.
I'll go straight into charge.
Okay. Like we said, this matchup can be
I guess I'll
spiky.
just charge.
It did end with a Praetor and a half killed here, even through
Let's see. So how much
the
of this
transhuman. We'll see if we get a tangle foot grenade on this
This can
guy.
heroically intervene.
Reduces,
I will just put
charge
them
by
outside.
D6. I doubt we see an intervention
I'll
on
just
the
charge
Praetor
this
squad.
guy. I'm not gonna
Okay,
get too
I'll
greedy.
tanglefoot you anyway. Let's see how
Yeah,
much I
that's
reduce
fine.
your charge by.
Four.
-4.
I need a 7. See if I can get it. I do.
Yeah, you
Make
got
the
it.
charge anyway.
5 inches.
Certainly helps though. I think for 1 CP, since CP is
I only needed like 3 or
So
something. I just want to be outside
so
of
open in the
heroic intervention out of this
Custodes
guys.
army because
That's
of
all.
Trajan regenerating and,
Well,
and starting
Trajan's
you with
right.
additional CP.
Oh, yeah.
Going for the off chance that the Hierodule fails to charge here is a big deal. Now I imagine we see some defensive technology
Can you measure from
put on this shield captain.
From Trajan.
Certainly a
I can't
transhuman.
see. I can't see his base either. Give me a sec.
I'm
The-
trying to figure it out. 6.3.
Yeah.
6.2.
Mhm.
We're fine there.
Yeah, so staying out of
Although you will be
intervention range
intervention
of the
range
other
with
guys.
this, but
I'm not. Yeah.
the 6 to doubt. Yeah. I am gonna spend that 1 CP.
Breaking through. Yeah.
And you'll be rolling way too much on this, I guess.
Yeah. 3s.
Yeah. And then 6 of these.
Yeah.
There you go. 4 ups,
4
I guess. Yeah. Oh! Took
Take
3.
three.
So we get 3 through with a breaking through. So dealing 6, but into that 4+
Matters.
ignore.
And then I'm just gonna
Still
go
helps.
in proceeding to the fight phase.
Yeah.
Let's see.
2 CP. No rerolls. Transhuman.
Yeah.
This has been a big spend for a turn on MooMooCow's side. I did just say that he does have a lot of CP to burn through playing Adeptus Custodes, but he's spent like 6 this turn. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 so far, which has been a lot.
What? Oh, is it that thing?
Radiant Mantle.
That's cool. Nice. Then 3s to hit.
So how come you've got a +1? Oh, you gave him a +1. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I gave him a +1. And then
And
moving
4s.
on 4s.
Okay.
Only 2
I'll
through
take
though.
that.
That transhuman staying
Oh,
strong.
wait, there were 2 5s, right? Yeah.
No.
4 up pinball.
Oh no.
Holy crap. Okay, I'm rerolling that one.
And a CP. So down to 1 on MooMooCow's
Come on,
first
Tyranids
turn
unlocked.
here.
Okay.
CP's into a success.
Second one.
Unlikely this guy dies.
Another
here.
one.
He fails again though.
Damage.
Oh my god.
D3 + 3.
Let's roll.
Do you reduce it any?
No, I don't. So go for it.
Oh my
He
god,
has
come
superior
on.
creation.
How
so
many CP do I
5+
got?
ignore
I
on
got
this guy.
4.
You've got a lot. Way more than I do.
Come on. And he's
And
dead.
there's the 6 damage.
6. Nope. He's not. He's got 5 up feeling pains.
Alright. Of course. he
Takes
did.
3.
There's 3 of them. Yep. Down to 3
Oh,
on the shield
no.
captain. Kept him alive.
Alright, at least I put him down to 3 HP.
But that's I think
yeah,
you're pretty happy with that. If you can at least make the Custodes player spend that CP, that's certainly going to help. Now, one thing that this is going to do here for the rest of the game for MooMooCow is, especially if he has to continue to spend CP to keep his guys alive from the Hive Guard, it means that he's not necessarily going to have CP for Emperor's Auspice in the late game. That is a really big deal because it will potentially allow the monsters to reroll their wound rolls,
Okay.
which is a super powerful stratagem in the Tyranid Codex, but not one that you see too often in the Custodes matchup because they have the ability to just negate it entirely with Emperor's Auspice. But with MooMooCow spending so many CP on this first turn, that might be turned on in the late game, and that means that these Tyranid characters are going to be doing that much more damage. But we do see the Prosecutor still alive, so that does give MooMooCow the ability to push up the table a little bit without exposing his more powerful Custodes units, or just keep Objective 1. And I think if the Prosecutors run backwards to the back of Objective 1, they may be safe from the Hive Guard shooting, at least for the time being. Which means that I think MooMooCow can hold that objective and leave without worrying about it, although they do have to worry about Harpies clearing them out. But I don't think that's a big deal right now.
It's your turn.
So over to MooMooCow's side of the table.
Holy fuck. Those rolls.
Yeah.
I think if you're Tunnan, you have to be pretty happy with that turn so far. You have the Hyrule did take 4 from the Shield Captain, but you did put him down to mortal peril, so he's going to have to play a little bit cagier with that Shield Captain, which is certainly going to hurt the game plan of taking behind enemy lines. You killed a bike and a half, as well as a Sagittarum and a half, and you burned your opponent of almost all of their CP for the game, which is a pretty big expenditure, and especially since Trajan can only regen 1 CP per battle round. And because he only has 2 to play with now, it's unlikely he regens any CP. He might regen 1 or 2 for the remainder of the game, but if you're spending 3 or 4 per turn, your chances to regen 5 over the course of the game is much higher with Trajan. But spending all of them in one go means that you don't necessarily have that CP regen available. To be fair, though, it also means that Tunnan not having CP regen on his own side is not quite as impactful because he would not have had that many chances to roll on MooMooCow's CP.
2 points for the satisfying one of the conditions.
Yep.
Yeah. What about those? I haven't played enough.
They're going 14 here.
Yeah.
So here's the downside of the Harpy in this matchup is that while they are good at this board control, the one thing that they do is give your opponent something really easy to target with those Virtus Praetor melee attacks, because the Harpy is only toughness 6, which means with their +1 to wound on the charge, the Virtus Praetors wound them on 2s, which means, especially with the Emperor's Auspice reroll, or the Emperor's Chosen reroll, excuse me, and the Trajan Valoris aura for reroll 1s to hit and wound, there's a non-zero chance that the Virtus Praetors convert 100% of their attacks into that Harpy. So even though it has a damage reduction and a 5+ invulnerable save, oftentimes it just gets killed by Virtus Praetors, especially if it's taken a couple wounds in the shooting phase. And that's just 2 points on Bring It Down. Your opponent gets basically for free.
Yeah.
But we do have to deal with this this Carnifex. What is that? What is that Freudian slip there? I was at a tournament yesterday. We were talking about Carnifexes a lot. And so I think they're on the mind. But this Hyrule, you have to deal with this Hyrule in your face. It does have all of the defensive technology active on it, well, as much as we can. It has that Catalyst for the 5+ ignore. It has that -1 damage. It has that 5+ invulnerable save. Do we put shooting into it, even though we can charge it? If you charge it, things get awkward, because it has the potential to be interrupting and or fighting on death. Gets weird.
Would you say I could see the Storm Lord from where the red guys are?
100%, yeah. Got long, shiny spears as well.
Yep.
Should have thought of that. Little.
Yeah, that's 14.
Little.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Okay.
That Swarm mode has faith in the Emperor, and he will protect them instead of you.
I'm just taking a chance here. I'm coming out.
Yep.
I don't think this blue squad can see though.
No. No. Maybe one guy if you can put him. No, then you will be out of range anyway, so.
Yeah, I definitely would have liked to have seen Swarmlord be put
Sorry,
somewhere in the
I am
position right
advancing
here
the
behind this
Sagittarium.
building
Yes.
to prevent that line of sight from happening. Still
yeah.
could have
Yeah.
Hive Commander into the Hyrule who was standing here.
I guess you. Oh wait, you fell back with those.
Yeah, I fell back with that squad.
The
so
dense cover, I don't think worth potentially eating all of those salvo launcher attacks, especially since -1 to hit effects don't tend to be that big of a deal for Adeptus Custodes, especially for the Sagittarium. Sagittarium has such a volume of attacks and already give themselves -1 to hit, typically for double tapping their Calivers, that they actually don't worry that much about being shooting through dense cover.
Can't be helped. The prosecutors moving and advancing.
Yep. What do they need? Like a. They are fine.
Going there.
Prosecutors run to the center.
Sorry, am I measuring that right?
No stranglehold on the
11.
MooMooCow side of the table, so he's not going to be.
Why we're seeing 12 just now.
He's not necessarily going to be getting a huge benefit from that, but he does force the Tyranids to deal with them, and I imagine that's going to be a spray from a Hyrule. It's probably how long those sisters last. They also are probably the best target on the table for the support Hive Tyrant if he wants to commit. He did spend 40 points, I think, on those guns. You might as well use them. Get something done with them. Strength 6 on the gun is pretty good against the Custodes infantry, but unfortunately that AP0 is just not good against them. It's not consistent. Although, again, this matchup can be dicey, so sometimes you just fail a bunch of 2+ armor saves and feel bad about yourself.
What?
Warden's coming back here.
Yeah.
So it looks like Wardens are going to be protecting the back line. Is Trajan moving up with the bikes is the question. We do have that Praetorian plate character who's going to be
Trajan's
able
moving
to
up, yeah.
teleport up to his own
here we
guys
go.
in his opponent's charge phase. So that guy, one of the benefits of him is that he can hold your backline objectives, or at least help assist holding them in the early game. Later on, he ports forward and starts mixing it up.
Sorry, I mean,
But especially being able to provide reroll 1s auras to models on your backline objectives is certainly helpful.
You can put him 1 inch away if you want to. It's
Yeah.
not like you moved anything through here.
Yeah. Okay, and then so that's no psychic shooting.
Now let's skip this.
Green
phase two, right?
squad putting everything into the Swarmlord.
Yeah. So 2 seconds. Let's
So
put
we
the
may see a
timer over to me.
transhuman.
So
Unyielding
if
Titan, I
choose
think
the
it's called,
transhuman,
on Stormlord.
So
Keep
which
him-
one's got the full reroll thingy?
Keep him winning.
They all get reroll once they hit and wound right now.
Yeah, wants to hit and wound, yeah. But they're hitting on 3s.
3s, yep. And I get 1 Empress Chosen reroll as well, so
Yeah. The likelihood. These are strength 8 anyway, right?
strength
So,
8 anyway, yes.
Yeah, but his toughness 7, so it costs so much. I believe in my 4-up invulse. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Selecting not to transhuman.
3s, Rerolling one for Trajan.
We are getting
That's
to a
hit.
phase where losing the psychic
And,
powers to Stormlord is going to hurt a lot, but you don't necessarily need the double move.
Rerolling Empress Chosen.
Although if you lose him, he has a good late
2
game
wounds,
piece. He's
4
good at
up
killing
and
Custodes infantry, especially.
You see? Have
Good.
faith.
Yeah. Red ones
It
into
just
the
starts
Soul Lord
saving
as well.
through, no big deal.
Yeah.
Nurgle Matt in chat, what's
Threes.
up? How's it going? Thanks for
Rerolling ones for Empress Chosen.
thanks for tuning in.
All hit.
Trajan, of
Beautiful
course.
Sunday.
Sorry.
Hope you're having a good weekend.
And that's stats on auto wound.
Yep.
3s.
Yep.
Both wounds, so 3 wounds.
Faith in the Emperor.
Only
Almost.
one goes
My
through.
goodness.
Easy
Do we
peasy.
even utilize that to reroll? I am actually gonna attempt on the 50-50 here.
Sure.
So we did fast ice the saves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
you can't-
true.
You can't CP reroll
Oh.
if you fast ice
Oh,
the saves.
okay. It's fine. Whatever then.
So, yeah. But yeah, you failed it anyway. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll spend that CP.
No. Keep the CP. It's fine. You failed it anyway. Yeah.
Oh,
So damage D3 plus 3 for take 6.
goes down to
Well, 5 because you're Crusher.
Yeah.
Well, only 5
Sounds-
damage on that little bit of a
Thank you.
misposition on Stormlord there. Doesn't feel too
Okay,
bad. I think you have to be
the
pretty happy
2
with that. If you're tuning.
Praetors into the
Especially
Harpy.
since that's a lot of
Yes,
salvo
yes,
launchers
yes.
not going into that Hyrule and that Harpy. And I think there's a potential for an undercommittal here on the Hyrule. We are going to see some salvo launchers go in there, but some charges looks like lining up on that Harpy, which I think we have to take out right now.
No, I'll tell you what. Hang on. I'm not going to do the salve launches. Sagittarium putting everything that they can into the Harpy.
So one guy within 15.
That's 1 Adrathic and then 9 Bolter shots.
They do
I'll do the bolters
shots, yeah. Oh, they advanced anyway, right?
Yeah, the advanced enemy.
Yeah, so it
So-
doesn't matter. -1 anyway.
3s. Okay. 1 auto wound from the Bolter.
Yep.
And then 5s. Yeah, I think I'll just take that. 2 wounds.
Wow.
Actually, sorry, hang on. Before I complete that, he's within range, so I'll do the other 2 Adrathics into the Scythe.
The big shots.
No, as in the Adrathic that can... Oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah, all Adrathic into the Scythe, and then, yeah.
Okay. So I'll just take this on that wound on the Harpy, right?
It's just 1 wound.
Fair enough. Yeah. And then, yeah. They can shoot, will they fall back? Yeah.
No, not them. So the 3 Adrathic from...
Oh, yeah.
So the underslang weapons can't split, right? So if they shoot the...
No, they're not. Yeah,
the
so no,
Harpy,
so yeah, no, I was telling...
Can't they? Can't you on this?
I thought they
because it's a combi weapon.
Actually, never mind. Yeah, because it is a combi
Yeah, you
weapon.
fire
Sorry,
the same
yeah,
weapon
you're
with
right.
2 profiles, and you choose.
That is fair. Okay, sorry. So yeah, so 1 shot into the Harpy. That's a hit on a 5. That's a wound. AP minus 3.
Takes
Nope.
2
3 damage. 2 damage. Yeah.
down to 9.
An important thing to remember, chance. Weapons with multiple profiles.
We had a
can't
mutual
split apart.
understanding before we started, Trevi, that we're both tired, so mistakes will happen.
Wardens firing everything they can at you.
Yeah.
6 shots. Twos,
Right.
re-rolling 1s. No 6s, unfortunately. Ah, that's 1
Yeah.
6. Auto wounds, and then your T8, is it?
Yes. And these are strength 5, right?
Strength 4.
That's
So,
4. Oh, yeah.
so, whoops, no. That's 2 wounds.
Yeah. Some kind of AP. Doesn't matter.
Down to
Takes
1 damage.
And yeah, he takes the 1 damage.
Okay, Alara Shield Captain putting the grenade launcher into you for 3 shots. All hits. 1 wound, Empress Chosen the other one. Nope. That many on your 5-up pinball. You're good. Then the 2... Whoops, well that was 1 hit.
Yeah.
2 hits, and then 6s. 1 6. AP minus 1.
Yeah, takes it and damage.
Takes 1 damage, so 5 up, feel the pain.
Takes 1 damage. Down to 12.
Vexel Spiritor putting the 2 shots into you.
Yes.
Both hit. Nothing. Empress Chosen, one of them. Nope, still nothing. He fell back. Trajan.
Yep.
2 shots into you.
Yeah.
Both hit. I am not getting these success. No.
You need 5 still.
Empress Chosen, 1. Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing. Yeah. Okay, now down to these last 2 salvo launches.
So hard
This
here.
is
Only
going to be
2
a problem.
damage through on the Hyrule so far. Harpy down to 9, so he should get killed if the bike selects to charge up there. That is a pretty tough charge, though. I think we measured the green unit's going to get in on a 7. The red might be an 8. Or they could go into the Hyrule just to try to remove him.
Blue squad into the Harpy. You can't fall back and charge or shoot, right? You can't swap yourself into it.
No, because that's a hive mind adaptation, which I don't get.
Sure. Okay, so hitting the Harpy on 2s.
Yeah.
Both hit. Wounding on 3s. Both wound on your 5 up invul.
Makes 1.
Damage. 6 down to 5.
Yeah, so it's down to 4.
Big salvo going through in the Harpy. Almost killed it.
Okay.
MooMooCow hoping that he would get rid of that Harpy in the shooting phase, not have to deal with it in the charge phase, and just be able to put all of the Praetors in.
Right. Oh. Onto the charge phase.
Oh no.
What?
No, I'm just like, oh no, the charge phase.
Yeah.
Didn't
Shield
see this
Captain on the Donegal jet bike into your Scythe duel.
Yes, I am going over to.
Yeah, don't bother. He's in water range.
Oh, you can't. Oh, right. Fucking bodyguard.
So he's in.
Yeah, so the
Trajan
wardens
into your Scythe duel.
waving their axes in front of that Hyrule, distracting him from overwatching the the shield captain.
Oh,
Yeah, we could see an auto explode here, chat. Unfortunately, with that Emperor's Chosen, they do ignore or have a good chance to ignore a lot of the wounds from the auto explode. We might see a fight on death from the Hyrule instead. And we do have 4 CP on the Tyranid side of the table, so we could see potentially an interrupt into a fight on death.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to.
In case, depending on how well the first swing into him goes.
Yeah, okay, to touch that line. Green has to go into the Harpy, I guess.
yeah, not gonna overwatch with the Harpy. Oh no, you know.
Holy shit.
You wanna spend that lost CP for a reroll?
So we fail the 7-inch charge on the Harpy, unfortunately.
I might be forced to, actually. Can I survive you getting a turn of 12? Yeah, I'll spend a CP here, all that.
Alright,
Not going well here.
there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
So there's the
did you
reroll.
regain
Down to
your
0
CP?
CP on MooMooCow.
I regained it last turn, so...
So nothing to
This battle round, yeah.
spend defensively now in Tunnan's next turn. So these Hive Guard are going to start ripping and tearing until it is done.
It's an 11.
And this exchange here may determine how this game goes, because if this Hyrule takes a bunch of damage and isn't able to do much back on the swing back, then I think MooMooCow is looking all right. But if we run into a situation where these Hive Guard can start
Blue goes into the
firing at full effectiveness into a shields down Custodes army, things could go very poorly very quickly, because the Custodes have no consistency on those invulnerable saves. They're just hoping for 4-ups, and if they don't get them, their army falls quickly.
Okay.
Now, one of the worst case scenarios here for Tunnan would actually be a bracket on the first activation from MooMooCow, which I imagine might be these Virtus Praetors. It could be Trajan as well, potentially. And then the Hyrule Duel not being killed in his subsequent turn. Over the course of the subsequent attacks. So if we swing in one of the big attacks like Trajan or the Virtus Praetors and do a bunch of damage to the Hyrule Duel to drop it to mid-bracket, then attack with the rest of the units and not kill him, the Hyrule Duel can't fight on death. When he goes to fight, he's hitting less effectively, and he's wrapped. So he won't be able to... the Hive Guard won't be able to shoot into any of these Virtus Praetors. They will still get into green unit, though, and the green unit will probably be killed. But that does mean that the Hyrule Duel will be killed on Tunnan's own turn, which is way worse than getting additional extra attacks on his opponent's turn.
Strength 8, what do you wound me on?
Because I have +1 wound on the charge when I use the lance. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
And 6 is auto wound.
Yes. There we go.
So those auto wound. Reroll ones on. Okay, and then the red one doesn't. The red one is a strength 6, so wounding you on 5s.
Yeah.
So it looks like this is the shield captain going first, I guess. In case we see an interrupt and just kill that guy, which could be a potential there.
This.
Yeah.
Gonna be 5 through on the invuln save. No invuln saves made.
Takes 5 damage. 5 healing pains.
5 healing pains.
Catalyst says take only 2.
Takes 2 damage.
Oh, doesn't even bracket him. Oh no.
If I interrupt.
Oh no.
Then he later dies. Do I get to fight again?
That is unfortunate for
Fight again how?
For MooMooCow, because now the interrupt can be at top profile essentially.
Is that
Just trying to look it up. So if maybe Trev knew, like straight up.
stratagems?
Yeah, so for now, so the question is whether
time.
you can interrupt and then Death Surge later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now, you can. Yeah, it doesn't have the wording saying that you can't,
Yeah.
whereas other Fight on Deaths do, which implies that it overrides the once per turn rule.
Yeah. So, for the sake of it,
Yeah, here comes the interrupt.
I could
So we're
do
gonna
that.
try to get two top bracket
fight
swings
now.
out of the Hyrule Duel. So I think there is a potential here that we hope to swing down with MooMooCow and not kill the Hyrule Duel to prevent the second set of attacks into him. But this could be super duper bad for MooMooCow. That was probably the worst possible scenario for him. Certainly the worst possible scenario, only doing 2 damage. But yeah, I almost wonder if it would have been better to eat the interrupt, the low impact interrupt on the Hyrule Duel, and just swing with one of the big units first. Because now I think there is a non-zero chance that one of these big units just gets pulverized by the Hyrule Duel's attacks. It is, I think it should be on 3 extra attacks from Aggressive Surge. I think we rolled a 5 last turn. So it is 9 attacks right now.
yeah. Gonna try and hit Mr. Trajan.
Okay.
Everything into
everything in a Trajan?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
here we go. Yeah, no defensive stratagem, so he's
9
just gonna eat it.
attacks, hitting on 2s.
This is brutal, chat.
Rerolling
Here we go.
ones.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, would be nice without exploding 6s right now.
Yikes.
Oh,
1
missing
into
one.
1 still fails.
Wounding on
And
2s, no
2s.
rerolls.
Here goes 2s to wound. Ooh, 4 1s?
Yay,
Alright.
okay.
4 1s! This blue dice roller is fickle today, chat.
4.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm just gonna make that. Wait, how much damage is this?
D3 plus 3.
D3 plus 3. Roll the damage, please.
Yes.
So first one going through on Trajan.
So 4.
4, okay.
Need a
4
couple of
feeling
these and be
pains.
okay. He has a moment shackle in the bag, so he can
Okay.
he
So it
can
takes 2.
sink one of these for free, but he loses his double fight if he does.
Next one on a 4 up. Wow, okay. Roll the damage, please.
Another. That's 5.
So that's 5. So he can't
5?
eat this and
4,
survive. And then
4,
2
isn't it?
going through. He needs to make
Oh, you're
1
not
out of
minus
2 of
1
these
damage,
invaluable
right?
saves.
Oh wait,
and
no,
he can
yeah,
moment
sorry,
check the
it's
other
D3
one.
plus 3, yeah, sorry.
So another
what he
one on top
does.
of that.
Okay,
Uh,
come on.
so that's 4
Take
damage.
Down to
4,
So he's down to 2.
2. Come on, I should make at least 1 4-up in my lifetime.
There's the 4 up,
Saved.
so he will be
Last
safe,
one.
even if he has to moment shackle.
Saved, okay.
4 up. So he has the moment
There you
shackle
go.
in the bag. Woo!
Now,
Woo! That was scary.
hit me!
Alright.
Okay,
Alright,
Trajan
Irodo's
into
fine.
you then.
He's only got to fight on death
Actually,
now.
no, Trajan for last. Red Praetors into the Scyther duel.
Yeah, I think we're gonna save Trajan in case
Hitting on
we can potentially
twos,
sneak him back
rerolling
behind the
ones.
terrain here, so he's not susceptible
Wounding
to that hive tyrant.
on-
You do still want to be able to
Yeah.
target Trajan as a Tyranid player because you want to be able to
Twos.
grab that force,
You roll
the 4
that
VP on
one.
assassination.
Okay, those auto wound for Rendax. And then everything, the reds are on 3s, the blues are on 5s.
Yeah.
Reroll 1s for Trajan, and then 1 for,
I think killing Trajan is Trajan's
we
a
go.
force multiplier in this case,
On your
chat,
5
because
up and
he allows the bikes to reroll hits and wounds, right?
Yeah. What's the damage? 1 each?
it's all one. It all goes down to 1.
The part of the plan that Tunnan was not accounting for was the 4 ones to wound, I think.
Wow.
So if we had wounded a little bit more average, I think there's a pretty good chance Trajan's dead there.
Blue squad.
Looks like we finally bracketed the Hyrule. Yeah, just eating 1,000,000 damage from those red Praetors. But like I said, I think the best case scenario here is that we do not kill this Hyrule right now, because if it is allowed to fight twice,
Yep, I actually do.
it could be bad. We do have Trajan's attack, though, to be fair. It will just get a Flamer shot next turn, but it will die probably to the first swing that MooMooCow has on Tunnan's turn. It's a little funny how that works. If you if you're banking on a Hyrule to die, oftentimes they're left on just a couple of wounds. That's been my experience. If you're like, oh, I would really like an auto explode here or a fight on death here. This Hyrule is like, no, I'll survive. Don't worry, boss. I'll keep the dream alive. And you're like, no, the dream was for you to be murdered brutally, but it's okay. I forgive you.
Once. Absolutely no.
Auto wounds.
6s. There's my 6s. Reroll 1s for Trajan, reroll 1 for the Empress Chosen. Come on, drop the dice. No, that's out, and then Empress Chosen.
No.
Nope. So that's 6 wounds on your 5-up, all of them down to 1 damage anyway. So.
They're all 1 damage. Isn't his weapon damage 3?
No, I'm doing the blue bikes.
Oh, it's the blue bites. Ah.
Yep.
5 up. And then 5 up. So 2 more
Yep,
damage.
take another 2. When do you bracket?
I bracketed now, but I bracketed 4, I believe. Yeah, 4. So 1 more.
Oof. This is such a bad choice. Green squad into the hobbies.
Yeah, so I think maybe considering the moment shackle here for Trajan. I don't know if you do it. I think you hold it. I think you hold. Trajan is, he's not in bodyguard range, unfortunately. He's moved out, so he is flamerable. Is he? Actually, no, he's not. I think the bikers are touching. So the bikers would have to be the shot for the Hyrule. So you maybe lose a biker to the Hyrule, but then theoretically you kill the Hyrule with Trajan on the swing back. It can maybe fight on death in your opponent's turn, but that's much less scary than having it hit you on your own turn. You're making your opponent spend 2 CP to basically fight with his unit is much better than letting him spend 2 CP to fight again.
Already wounded.
Yeah.
Especially
And
since
then I will
this
reroll one of
entire
these
brick is
Empress
going to be
Chosen.
immune to shooting if that Hyrule survives.
Okay. So, blues don't wound on 2s. The blues wound on 4s, so that's out. And then the reds wound on at least 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
And they're all damage 1.
See if we clear
All
this
damage
Harpy.
1. All on you, Inval.
Oh, I think he's gonna die.
See ya. Goodbye,
He's dead.
Harpy.
Because you shot him down. Yeah.
No.
Does he explode? No, he doesn't. It's just gone.
There goes a Harpy. First
And
one
I
down.
believe...
Like we said, those Harpies, almost a perfect profile to get murdered by Virtus Praetors in melee. They really love getting stabbed to death by sticks.
I am just about closer to your higher duel, so I will go backwards slightly.
Yeah.
Right, and now Trajan will pile in,
Are we gonna fight on
Face
death
you.
or double fight? Is this a double fight?
stand there, and actually touch the Warden base now. I just need to do 1 wound to you to drop you to your lowest profile, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Trajan hasn't fought yet.
Would be nice if you just kill him, to be honest. Just
Don't know what
Say.
mid bracketed him.
I might just kill you outright, damn it.
I guess it was the red Praetors? It must have been the red Praetors.
Going at 6 swings, all with the
Apologies, did I
Nazaric
miss
order.
that? Okay, here comes Trajan.
you can do that.
Attacking
Yep.
with his Misericordia. I love this, chats. You
Well,
don't.
T7
You have
do
to
that.
attack with your melee weapon, but you don't have to attack with your best melee weapon. So we're just gonna use the little knife, try to hit for 2. We got an auto wound,
On 5.
which we're not gonna pay attention to, I guess.
Oh, hang on, I keep forgetting the 6s again.
And I rolled 1-6 just now. So there's 1 auto wound. And then I'll just reroll 1 for Empress Chosen. So there was 1 auto wound, so I'm just gonna pull that there, and then I'll roll the Empress Chosen. Nope, there you go. 2 wounds on your. Whoops. 2 wounds on you, yeah.
On my 5 up.
Takes 1.
There
Nope,
it is.
feeling good.
Bottom
you're
bracketed
bracketed.
the Hyrule.
Perfect.
So his buffs are gonna expire. He'll get to attack, but then Trajan will probably kill him on the swing back. He'll potentially get to fight on death there, but again, no buffs, no +1 to hit, no +D3 attacks. He will be all on his lonesome, unless we want to reapply those, but that seems unlikely. So I think this is the best possible outcome for MooMooCow. Trajan not dead to the interrupt, didn't allow the death surge. Could have tried to kill that Hyrule, but we swung down and we tried to keep him alive, and I think that's absolutely the correct play. And we are moving on to turn 2. That was battle round 1, chat. Insane.
And you get 2 points.
Absolutely insane battle round 1. That was pretty wild. Some good plays on both these players' parts, and I think shows how interesting this matchup can be. Very explosive, very dice dependent. Can be frustrating to play, but certainly fun to watch, I think. A little bit of Schadenfreude we can have at our players' expense here as they roll invulnerable saves and swear at their dice. So we do have to worry about, it looks like the players are discussing right there, we do have to worry about the Galatus, or the Achelous that can come out of Deep Strike this turn for MooMooCow. So Tunnan's going to have to probably expand those warriors out from the castle and screen out his backline here. He certainly doesn't want to give MooMooCow not only easy access to the Hive Guard unit, but also easy access to behind enemy lines that he's going to be trying to block so hard. Now, I think there may be a... with your opponent on 0 CP, there may be an argument to just sink Swarmlord into this biker unit and try to remove them. We have a shot from the Hive Guard. If we can knock them down to 1 or 2 bikers, Swarmlord has a pretty good shot to remove that unit. We can try to remove the Sisters of Silence in the middle with the Hyrule, and then maybe just dive with the Tyrant and see what we can do.
Chuckle over here that makes werewolves.
Yeah, so Custodes spent every single CP chat. They used, I think, 3 activations of Transhuman and 3 activations of Emperor's Auspice. Every single opportunity MooMooCow had to use those, he did it. plus CCP rerolled some saves. It was pretty wild.
Then we can give plus.
But it will mean that he's going to start taking massive damage from these Hive Guard. He did save with the Emperor's Auspice on the Hive Guard because the Hive Guard did have to move to get into range. With that Emperor's Auspice, he did save probably about 8 Hive Guard attacks. I think 7. I think 7 Hive Guard attacks missed with no rerolls because of that Emperor's Auspice, which was pretty good. That's certainly a good use of that strat. That's what you want to see.
Do shack shit. I need to get some big area of denial going. Around my guys. Which means you can move. So you can move these 14. Can you advance and charge? Could you do that?
No, I can't.
I can't. Okay. So you can move them 14. Which means you have a good charge. They're not infantry, are they? So.
No, they're not.
Oh. These days you actually have to check because there's so much stuff with infantry keyword. It's like,
Yeah.
it should be infantry. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. We'll see what happens. And then he'll just have his fun. Alright. Even if he doesn't survive, if I only score 2 on engage, it's fine, because if I get to blow up this turn, then I'll be happy. But you can decide to just shoot, or just use Misericordia with the...
Yeah, so one thing that's important to keep in mind is that the way the sequencing works, this is something that we learned on live stream a couple weeks ago. The way the sequencing works with the Tyranid act on death stratagems is pretty interesting. As the Tyranid player, you have to be able to sequence your auto-explode before your fight on death in order for both of them to trigger. So there's a animated by the Hivemind. It's a stratagem for the Hive-Fleet Leviathan. Lets the Tyranid monster automatically explode when it's destroyed. And then Death Surge is the Crusher Stampede stratagem. Lets the Tyranid monster fight on death when it's destroyed. Both of them trigger at the same time, so the active player will choose the order in which those effects operate. If the opponent is the active player, they will choose the fight on death to work first, which means they eat the fight on death. But the fight on death says that after the attacks are resolved, the attacking model is removed, which means that because it's removed before the explosion activates, the explosion wouldn't trigger, it wouldn't do anything. So the difference is that if this Hyrule dies on, and this is the one benefit of it dying on Tunnan's turn, is that he will be able to potentially, if he wants to, fight on death, or auto-explode to deal 3 mortal wounds to everything, potentially killing Trajan, because Trajan is down to 2, then fight on death and try to kill the shield captain as well, or the biker squad. And because we have so many wounded models here, this is really interesting. I think this auto-explode is actually going to be very valuable, because while they do have that 4+ ignore mortal wounds for Emperor's Chosen, the fact that we have a shield captain on 3, Trajan on 2, 1 biker on 2, and a Sagittarium on 1 means that there is a non-zero chance all 4 of those models die to that auto-explode, which is one of the most high-efficiency auto-explodes you can get against Emperor's Chosen. Now, I do wonder if so it looks like Stormlord is moving in. And I do wonder if we see an activation of the Praetorian Plate to jump in on those bikes when Stormlord gets in there. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what the plan's going to be. That's going to put objective secured on this objective, which means MooMooCow is going to hold it, because Stormlord won't be able to attack that guy the turn he ports. And despite the fact that those bikes don't have objective secured, the infantry character will. So he'll be able to steal that objective away, maybe get some damage in, but mostly keep that objective live for MooMooCow. Aquinas, MooMooCow used Genetic Alchemy and Emperor's Auspice 3 times in the first round. He did. He used it in the shooting phase, the fight phase, and then against an interrupt on his own fight phase. It was pretty wild. If you kill a Crusher Stampede unit in your turn, you can make them fight on death and auto-explode. If the monster dies during the Tyranid player's turn, they can do both. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, as long as you know the sequencing. If the Tyranid player declares both stratagems, you just tell them that they have to resolve the auto attack, the fight on death first, and then the auto explode does just fizzles. But the Tyranid player, I believe, has to declare both at the same time. So you do know if you have to sequence those correctly.
Where exactly does he want to come out and play? He's gonna do some work at these grounds. He's probably just gonna die with this guy anyway. But who knows? In case they don't. Still see them. That's cool.
So it looks like we're gonna try to get some use out of that Hive Tyrant. Now I did. I was mentioning before that we could potentially see some disruption from the prosecutors in the center here, and I think we are going to see that. It looks like all 3 Tyranid Psyker is going to be in range of the -1 to cast aura from the prosecutors. And that's one of the reasons that killing that unit early is such a big deal. And then we also have that deny from the shield captain as well, which is going to be a little bit sad for Tyranids. Here we go, Psychic Phase.
Warlord. It's gonna cost Catalyst.
Okay, -1 to cast.
Catalyst, yeah. Oh look,
Nope.
doesn't go off. And then it's gonna cost Smite.
Okay. Needing a 6, that goes off.
Yeah.
D3.
And eat my 2 wounds into these guys.
2 4-ups. In them both.
Yes. And then this Hive Tyrant is gonna do some well, it's actually not. I was stupid. Well, it's not really because I don't need his spells. Well, let's just do this Hive Tyrant and see what he does. Gonna whisper in your ear. Well, he does on that's a 9.
Whisper in your ear.
It's a 9. I'll try and deny that with my shield captain.
Yeah. Well,
Nope.
There we go. Get some points up on that.
Being a little creepy there, Hive Tyrant. So we do finally
so
get a
that's
Psychic
him.
Interrogation off.
And
Very
then
exciting.
this guy is gonna cost want some I don't know what I want actually. Just want D3 extra attack. So. No.
Nope.
Well, no, it's not. Even I got +1. It's fucking needs 6. I can do without the attacks. Then it's gonna cost a smite. It's gonna go into the bikes. That's a super smite.
Oof.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Is that Hive Tyrant -1 to cast?
Yeah, but it's +1 also.
Oh, he's resonance
Because
part.
the resonance part. Yeah. So it's -1 +1.
So,
That's enough.
4.
Good old Resonance Barb. Getting those super smites off. I do miss it sometimes. What a great relic. Absolutely
Takes
phenomenal.
2.
Yes.
You still got shooting, right? Okay, so.
Yep. Alright. So that's it for my psychic. Shooting. Do some shooting. Let's start off with this guy. We can put this flamer into the blue guys.
3d6. Is it?
Yes, that is correct. 3d6. So
10 shots. On 4s.
yes, -2.
4-up involves.
Takes 3.
I can't see what I rolled.
Wow.
Wow.
1 and 2 3s. So
Kills
he's
one.
dead, and he takes a wound.
Oof.
And then let's go
Big
for the
flamer
harpy.
going.
He's gonna shoot into the prosecutors.
Mhm.
Yes. So how many shots? Come on. 5 plus additional 4
I
of
think maybe a little bit of a
these.
miss sequence here. I don't know if this Hyrule is flamered in the bottom yet on objective 4. But if the Hyrule had killed the prosecutor squad, which is a pretty reasonable expectation from its
Are you in
3d6 flamer,
Vexilla? You're not.
then the
so-
harpy
Nope,
could turn
doesn't
around
matter
and
anyway.
fire into the
Oh, they
Praetor
don't
squad
benefit
over
from
here.
that?
Yeah, they don't get a benefit from the
Maybe
Vexel.
Praetor on 6
okay.
wounds, which seems unlikely. Seems,
Oh, that's 4
So
and
what's
-1.
this? -1?
Yeah, -1, 2 damage
4
each.
ups.
That's 4 gals down.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. And his very, very pointless flamer is gonna go into that little boss girl.
Mm-hmm.
Watch me roll triple ones. Oh,
yeah, would have been
Oh, not.
14 into the
you just want to
prosecutor,
remove
so
it? Nah.
maybe
Yeah,
losing,
she's gone.
maybe
Yeah.
losing a little bit of efficiency there from the harpy, but that's
Good.
okay. I think Tunnan's
this
doing
guy
okay.
is
That
gonna blast
okay enough
everything
that it's
he's
not
got
that big of a
into
deal.
these Praetorian bikes.
Just gonna be firing
Mhm.
a billion shots from the Hive Tyrant.
24 shots.
I do love attacking with this guy's gun. It feels good, despite the fact that the attack isn't actually that great. Especially if you +1 to hit him from the warriors. He hits on 2s. Just gorgeous.
Oh, I need you to roll like that, please. No? No, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
10 saves. Only gets 1 wound
Yeah, take
through.
1.
Yeah, that 2+ saves, staying strong.
So they're down there. These hive guards, since you can't turn off rerolls, you can't transhuman, right?
Nothing at all.
They're gonna put everything into these green guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here goes the big shot from the
I am
Hive
gonna
Guard
spend
unit.
1 CP to have some explodey shots.
Yep.
Hitting on 2s. With rerolls. I'm just gonna take all of that. Okay. There we go. 15 at 3 up.
Yep.
Okay.
Roll the damage. Well, hang on. There's a guy
Yeah,
on 2, so I want to attack.
Yeah, I want it. 1, and it's gonna die.
Yeah,
on
okay, so
that
that kills him.
Yes. And then,
No, that was another one, was it?
yeah, 1,
Okay.
3. So that's 4. I need 1 more, yeah. So it kills another
Okay, so this
dude.
kills another.
Ooh, that's a swing.
Alright. It's an 18
Alright.
charge, or just move this guy again.
Yeah, see what Swarmlord wants to do with his Hive Commander here. Hive Tyrant, no buffed attacks, it looks like. The one Hive Tyrant has a little bit of trouble actually getting through that Virtus Praetor, since he wins on 3s.
We're perfect.
Probably has to spend the reroll wound rolls.
So,
only 6 attacks on that guy.
Swarmlord's just gonna move this guy again.
Okay.
Swarmlord is a little bit better at killing him. 2 attacks, or you need 2 converted
if I
attacks
go
to
in
kill the
there?
Praetor from either Hive Tyrant, and one of them
I
attacks
should
3 times,
thought
and the other
about
one attacks
this.
2. Or 5.
Do I wanna go in here?
One attacks 6 and one attacks 5.
Rustle around.
So you want the extra
Rumble
attack
around.
out of the Swarmlord
And
generally.
everything here comes and have fun. Or do I just wanna... I should maximize this, shouldn't I? I really should. So if I fail that charge, I can't shackle him. So that's an 18 charge. I have 2 CPs. Means I can do that. I do want to explode this guy. So if I do that,
So it looks like we're planning to auto-explode the Hyrule, so we just have a CP floating that we can use to reroll, or maybe reroll
I'm
wound
gonna go
rolls.
greedy. I guess I am.
Hive Tyrant double moving to objective 1. Okay.
I am gonna go
This
greedy.
could go poorly for you there, buddy. I
So
don't
wait,
know.
before I do
Let's
that,
see.
I pressed escape.
So one piece of technology that MooMooCow can use, depending on how his next turn goes, is that he can, in his command phase, turn one of these units into Shadow Keepers, and they reroll all of their wound rolls against characters for the next battle round, so they actually become very good at killing Hive Tyrants, even through their -1 to wound, since they will still also have that Rendax ability for 6's auto-wounding. Actually means they put some pretty reasonable damage through, even on the biomorphic Carapace guy.
Then I can get that at my turn. Let's just have some fun. Let's give some possibilities. I don't know. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go with the original idea.
Okay.
Put him, yeah, somewhere around here. So that doesn't matter either. I'm just gonna put him here, just an inch outside. All right. I guess I shouldn't have done. I should have moved this guy because he had a. It was the same charge. All right. Charge phase going into the green guy
Mm-hmm.
with my high
For,
tyrant.
wait, who's this?
High tyrant.
Tyrant, okay.
Yeah. And now for the Swarm Lord.
Needing an 8.
Yes, needing an 8. No, I am gonna. Do I reroll that? Do I reroll that? Yeah, I do reroll that. I want him to get up.
Okay.
I do want him to come up and have some fun. I don't get
Nope.
it. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, fight phase.
Are you done with all your charges? Then I will be
Yes.
intervening.
Yeah, Praetorian Plate.
So he's gonna come here.
Yeah, and there's the activation of the Praetorian Plate to get that guy onto Objective 2. So, MooMooCow
Alright.
will hold Objective 2
Then
for now.
I'll just fight him.
You
What
can't.
does he... Why can't I fight him?
The rules lock for this event was before the FAQ.
Oh, nasty. All right, it is what it is. I thought I could fight him if he did that. Well, it is what it is. Yeah. So 5 attacks going into your biker with the thingamajig. Tail attack, hitting on 2s, rolling 1s on blues.
Yep. I'll
Hits
hit.
everything. Wounding on something. Whoa!
Ease, I think.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
well, not that, I think.
Oh, no!
No.
Yeah, we needed that
4 up
extra
and ball.
CP for
Made it.
reroll wounds. Oh, that was
Then I go ahead and
brutal!
proceed, kill my,
The Hive Tyrant
so I can hear
absolutely whiffed on the Virtus Praetor.
Okay, so I guess I might as well try. I might as well use Trajan because he's
Yeah,
gonna
so
die.
here comes
I think,
Trajan to try to kill that side
since you
Tyranids.
are so hell-bent on blowing your Hyrule up.
Proc that,
only 3
proc that
mortals,
kill right
so-
now. Let's just get that guy out
Is
of
it
here,
a flat
please.
3 or D3?
It's flat 3. Flat 3.
Okay. So 7 attacks on 2s, rerolling everything. No success. And then blue needs a 5. Red needs a 3. Okay. Empress chosen that one, I guess.
Ah,
Oh, there you go.
cool.
7 wounds on your 5 up involved. And 5 up feeling pains.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Okay.
So flat 3 to everything within 3.
Okay.
There's the auto explode.
So within. Does that get the no? So it's just
No. It's
then?
all of this. Yeah.
okay. Sagittarium first, flat 3, so 4 ups.
So there's
Take
that
2,
wounded
so that one
Sagittarium.
dies. He's down to 2. Red bikes.
We did kill that Praetor who
Take
was wounded
1.
over here, so we probably don't lose any Virtus Praetors.
Blue
So
bike.
the characters are going to be a question.
Takes 1.
You
The Dawn
roll.
Eagle Captain
Donnie
takes
goes
2.
down to
Okay,
1.
he lives. Trajan.
Trajan.
All right, Trajan, what do you got? He
still-
survives on 1 as well.
doesn't.
He survives. He's down to 1.
God.
Oh, he has a 4 up in one. Oh, against
Yeah,
mortals.
Empress chosen. Yeah,
Oh.
Empress chosen against.
Yeah,
Oh, well. It is
almost
what it is.
got
I thought it
him.
was just a 5 up.
Yeah, I think that's just a coin
Okay.
flip. You got to take it, basically.
Cool. But it did some hefty damage.
Yeah. So we still got
At least
1,
these-
2,
Yeah, you did quite a lot of
3,
damage.
4, 5, 6. We still did
Alright,
7 mortal
morale
wounds
is-
for
Low
1
morale,
CP after
so
even
thank
for
you.
the
My
damage
turn.
reduction.
Oh wait, hang on. I gotta fight your Hive Tyrant.
Oh,
Without that 4+ reduction, you can see here. These are the situations where another shield host like Solar Watch or Shadow Keepers absolutely gets punished by this matchup. That you almost double the number of mortal wounds you take there, and that ends up being
Yep, so that's
what 10 to 12.
2s, ones,
And
one
that
auto wound so far.
those situations where you auto explode become that much more devastating to your army. Emperor's chosen, pretty good.
+1 strength, so I'm strength 8, so -1 wound, so it's still 4s, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And Empress chosen anyway. There you go. 4 wounds on your 4-up
I
invul,
don't have any
basically.
TP, so it's just a roll off. No.
Yeah, take 1 damage.
Yep.
And then the Castellanax guy. On 2s. Doesn't matter. And then this is on 4s. Empress
Yeah.
chosen that one. I can't see what the next.
It's a-
there was one
it
more.
was-
Oh, it's the 3.
It was
Okay.
a 3.
Yeah.
So,
Take another 2.
damage. Yeah. Down to 9. Oh, why didn't? Yep.
Okay. So yep, that's my turn. I hold 2. I got. I'm just gonna bring it down up now for 5.
Oh, I forgot my behind enemy lines also.
Sorry.
My not enemy lines. I mean engage on all fronts.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Went up by 3.
So I think, all things considered, MooMooCow has to be pretty happy with how that turn played out. He got in with the Praetorian plate guy, so holding 2 objectives. Still on the back foot here, because of how much damage that Hyrule has done to his army, and not to mention the Hive Guard repeatedly hammering into him. He is back up to 1 CP here, so that's good.
Come on, Fizz.
And I wonder if there is a potential here for this Praetor to get stuck into the castle. I don't think there is. It looks like we're a little bit low, but we'll see. We do have that Dreadnought coming in this turn, so that'll help shore up that mid table. And I wonder if that Dreadnought comes in to try to knock out one of these Hive Tyrants in the center. He does have pretty nutty damage on that guy. Strength 16, I think. Is that right? On the Contemptor Achilles. Strength 14. Just a casual strength 14. That's fine. It's whatever.
Oh yeah.
Bit unless.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever.
But you're coming in there. I don't think that's a wise idea.
What?
He's coming here. Touching terrain, so I can shoot you.
Yep. Yes, you can.
Oh, hang on, sorry. That I'm just doing that out of sequence. Command phase before I finish that.
Yep.
I'm just thinking whether I wanted 1 CP, give him an extra.
Done is done. You can't help.
No, I mean the point is, it
And you give
actually
him
might not
a-
make a difference.
Alright. So you can give him. Oh yeah, the one where you put him in something else. What is it? 2 extra?
Yeah,
on
I
the
guess.
charge?
Yeah, 1 extra on the charge. I'll do it.
Alright.
That CP's not going to save me. Do I get it back?
Oh, you
I do. Hey, okay.
Oh.
Okay, so he's in Dreadhost.
Yes.
And yeah, okay, move. he's up there. I'll make sure I'm not gonna fuck myself over here.
So I think we're putting the Dreadnought in Dreadhost, so it needs an 8-inch rerollable charge out of Deep Strike. That's very clever. I don't think I've seen that used for Esteemed Amalgam, but I like that a lot, actually. The Dreadhost is giving you +1 to charge if you already have a reroll to charge, and he's Eternal Penitent, so he will already reroll his charge roll.
Well, what are you going to shoot at?
Going there. Oh, I could shoot you higher. Does he have any buffs at all?
No. He has very strong faith in the Emperor, apparently.
Yeah,
Strong,
okay.
Very strong. He knows how to roll 5
You
up
can.
almost.
What happens? You fly over me and bomb me on a 4-up, right?
Yeah, that's basically a mortal wound on a 4-up. Well,
Okay.
but if I miss, I drop spore mines, which are really hard.
How likely is it that Custodes get a significant points nerfs in the Bex data slate? I think it's very likely. The difference with Drukhari is that Drukhari was so hard to mitigate without sort of annihilating their primary game plan. And when and their faction was so wide that when Games Workshop tried to do that, they just ended up creating a whole new game plan for the faction, which ended up being equally as abusive. I think Drukhari were a special case, but this is much more of a situation like Adeptus Mechanicus or something, where their faction is just generically good in a lot of matchups, and you can reduce its efficiency by just reducing how efficient your list building is.
Very far.
I think it's much more cut and dry than Drukhari was, and that's helped, I think, by the fact that the codex is relatively small. There's not a huge breadth of options. You can take dreadnoughts, you can take infantry, you can take bikes, and those are sort of the three
I think that is still within.
three archetypes for Adeptus Custodes, and you just have to make sure that none of those are
Trajan's is
particularly
walking up,
overtuned, and then you're good to go.
Bike captain. Gonna go into you. Do you have CP?
Nope.
No.
I don't.
Oh,
He's gonna go a bit further so he can. He's up there as the sacrifice.
Admech are still good, chat. That's true, but they are not. They are not as good as they were on release, which is a similar situation to, I think, where Adeptus Mechanicus are, or Adeptus Custodes are. I think Adeptus Custodes is probably at a similar spot as release Admech. I think the games against Custodes are probably more interesting than release Admech games, but
He doesn't have a bubble.
I think in terms of balance and meta representation, Custodes is probably in a very similar spot.
Okay, so that's touching Trajan, just in case. Sagittarium's moving up here. He was touching terrain, so I will just move and advance him.
Yeah.
5, so that's 3, and that is 9.
They're within 12, so yeah.
Yep. And this go to Sagittarium, also moving and advancing.
Yep.
So that's 9 as well.
Cool.
And now I can see Swami.
Not with one guy.
Not with one guy, yeah.
Or you could put him maybe
I
behind.
guess, yeah, I
here,
could kind of
maybe.
scoot him back in, yeah.
And now we can see his arm or whatever.
But I don't have range on him, I think. It's only 2 Adrathic rather than 3. Yep.
Yeah, it's 2.
Okay, that's all my movement. And then...
We
Yeah,
have
you're gonna have a tough time.
Do we have a little Contemptor coming down, maybe?
Yep,
Yes.
Contemptor.
Where is he coming
Would be silly of me to put him into...
So I do think as we move sort of closer to the mid game here, I do think that we will start to see the weakness of Tunnan's list in this matchup. There's a non-zero chance he loses the Swarm Lord here. He may lose the Biomorphic Carapace Hive Tyrant, but that guy is very difficult to kill, so there's a non-zero chance that guy will stick around. If he loses the Swarm Lord, he has the Side Tyranids, who, to be fair, is a little bit out of position, especially if these bikes elect to charge up towards the top of the table, and Swarm Lord is dead, so we don't have double move on the table anymore. This Side Tyranids will just have to basically sit here and eat the attacks. We have the Hive Guard, obviously, continuing to pile out damage onto MooMooCow's army, but this Hive Tyrant, besides smiting occasionally, is not actually contributing anything to the fight. So Hive Guard aside, we're basically down to a single combatant, which is this Hyrule. And if this Hyrule goes down to the subsequent turn, potentially to the Dreadnought, even if the bikes get mitigated, then
I will Empress Chosen.
the game could swing in MooMooCow's favor. So again, this is a very volatile matchup. It can swing wildly both ways. And although I think we were looking at Tunnan being very advantaged because of that first round exchange,
Please, rerolling those ones.
I think that the weakness of his list in the late game here is gonna become apparent pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then 5 wounds, so 3 wounds total. Oh, hang on. Yeah, and I rolled Empress Chosen. Yeah, go for it.
Ah, it's not paying off.
Take 2.
So 2. Yeah.
Down to 5.
His will is not good enough.
Yep. This Sagittarium, everything into you. So the 3 bolter shots.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 1 all 2 wounds so far. Wounding on a 5. Yep, and Empress Chosen that one. And forget it. Yeah, just take it.
Okay. Oh, 2 more.
Okay, so take another 2. Okay, now the big one, the Adrathic Destructor on a 3. That's an auto wound.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, this is down to 2 damage. It doesn't matter anyway. Yeah.
Takes 2. It's down at 1.
Oh boy.
What is
Down at
going
1.
on? I'm taking damage. Oh no.
You are taking damage.
Stormlord gets plastered by the Sagittarium. That unit, while it feels like the 2 damage being reduced to 1 on their weapons would be a big deal in this matchup, that unit being able to put out consistent damage onto a Tyranid army over the course of the game and basically being very difficult to mitigate them is absolutely brutal.
Melt a missile into your Stormlord, I
Just
guess.
gonna try to remove that guy with the Virtus
That's
Praetor.
actually the best choice. No, no. Melt a missile into the Scythe deal.
Yeah.
Hits. Wounds. 5 up and fall.
There's another missile goes through.
Damage.
Oh no. This damage output has turned right around. 6 damage done to Stormlord. 4 damage on the side Tyranids. Yikes.
Okay, 3 Meltem Assault here into the Scythe duel.
Yeah. Oh, 3? Can all of them see? Yeah.
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 Yep. I mean, the spear is pretty long.
Oh, I thought you said Harpy. Higher duel, of course.
No, higher duel.
Yeah.
All hits. 3 is to wound. 4 is to wound this time, sorry. Rerolling 1 for Trajan and then 1 for Empress Chosen. Yep, 4 wounds. 3 wounds, sorry. What am I talking about? It's late. Damage is 3 and 4. Take 7.
3 and 4. Yeah. Down to 7.
Okay, then
Oof. Scythe taking
man. Tough choice.
11 damage there. Oh man. And we were just talking about how that Hyrule is essentially Tunnan's last
Lesbia into you and the
actual
and then the bolters into the
power
sword.
projection on the battlefield.
Lesbia.
So if he dies, I think this game will
It's 2 shots.
turn pretty heavily in MooMooCow's favor.
Yeah, it is.
Tunnan probably feeling pretty good about where he was after last round, but man, this has turned
That's
around pretty hard.
Not a wound, sorry. I will Empress Chosen that one.
Wait, he's not Emperor Chosen?
He is Empress. Oh yeah, he's not Empress Chosen. Sorry, he is the Dread Host. Sorry. Yeah. Apologies. That's right.
No problem.
Yeah, important to remember that Esteemed Amalgam does
Crap.
replace your
That
sub-faction
was-
abilities, so you do lose
that
the
was-
Emperor's Chosen abilities for a round. And that also means that you're much more susceptible to mortal wounds, which in this matchup is very important.
2 wounds, AP -1.
Toughness 7. Yeah. He's dead.
He's dead.
And there
Did
goes...
he reach something? No, he can't. This
Is that
is one.
Swarmlord going down, I think?
Oh.
There he is.
So that's bring it down 2 points and Border Witch 3 points.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put it up for you.
Thank you. Okay. And then Have I shot everything? Trajan has absolutely nothing to shoot, I think. Oh yes, one shot into your higher deal.
Yes.
That's the hit. Auto wounds, by the way.
Yeah. No. No.
Takes 1 damage.
Yep.
No other visible targets. So charges Contemptor goes into the Hive Tyrant.
Yeah.
And I get 12.
Definitely in.
Who needs
No.
Dreadhost?
I don't know. That's
Okay,
a
that
peril
is
also. D6
all
mortals.
my charges. I think.
If this guy dies, I'm gonna be so happy if I roll a 6 on explosion and then law mortal.
Okay, yep, and so he swings first. He's got 6 attacks.
Yep.
Onto rerolling ones because my captain's nearby. I don't think he gets katas, so that 6 doesn't auto wound.
No.
Just let me make sure.
Yep.
Yep. And then on 2. Oh wait, no, you've got biomorphic Cabra, so 3s.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Come on. Can I survive this? Let's.
Unlikely. Sorry, it's likely. It's unlikely that I kill you. There you go. It's
E3
6
plus 3,
damage.
so 6 damage.
Down to 3.
Yes.
Ooh, man.
Okay,
the
you get a swing
Contemptor
next.
Achilles getting in there, so we might lose this Hive Tyrant now as well. Oh boy, this has turned around in a big way, chat. I think we went from MooMooCow being on the back foot to it being seriously in MooMooCow's favor. That said, Tunnan not out of the game yet. We could see a spike up on these Hive Guard. They are still full of rerolling, and MooMooCow does he does have the 1 CP to for a defensive stratagem, but that's it. He's got 1, and then he's done.
Yeah, I'll do it. I need to. I think.
So we could see potentially the Hive Guard alongside all these warriors. There's a lot of objectives secured in the back of the table for Tunnan. If we get a good turn of shooting out of Tunnan, I think there's a non-zero chance he can put himself in a position where he can kill the remainder of the Custodes army over the next 3 battle rounds and maintain his hold on his back 2 objectives and push the game out in the late game. Tunnan is going first, though, so we do have bottom round 5 scoring on MooMooCow's side of the table, so theoretically he is advantaged playing more defensively.
There you go. Red one is 0 AP, the other ones are AP 4.
Okay, so on a 2, that's good. On a 4 up.
Nope.
Nope. What's the damage on this?
4 flat.
4 flat. Okay, I'll take the first 4.
So
Yes.
Shield Captain getting hit by the Hive
Next
Tyrant.
one.
I like the Synaptic Link on the Hive Tyrant here for
Process.
+1 to hit. Means that even when it gets bracketed, it's still going to be +1.
Process.
And it looks like he does make his invulnerable save, so
Okay.
he will stick around. Now, that Hive Tyrant does have Paroxysm,
And
so
then I
if
guess
he
the
wants to
Praetor's
take the
gonna
turn
go.
off of casting Mental Interrogation, he could potentially Paroxysm to try to keep himself alive, maybe make the Contemptor fight last.
And that's an auto wound there.
Yeah.
Reroll 1 for Purpose Chosen.
Yes.
So just 2 on your invul.
1 right? Because you're. no
Strength
longer-
7. Oh wait, no, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
You are -1 to wound. Sorry. Yeah,
It makes it.
you're good. Shield Captain goes. Seven attacks on 2s. Okay, and that's a 6. Do I want to fish for the auto wound? Yeah, I'll reroll that. Why not? Okay. Doesn't quite help. So all hits. That's 1 auto wound.
Yeah.
And then blue is 6, reds are 4s.
4s.
4s because it's strength 8 on the axe.
Yeah.
So 3 wounds on your 4 pinball.
Yep.
You basically need to fail the whole bunch, and you passed them all.
All right, Hive Tyrant staying strong. Hopefully he can
Alright,
stay strong for the remainder of the fight phase. He is keeping a lot of these Custodes
and that's the
untargetable
end
by
of
the
my
Hive Guard, but I think
turn.
that's okay. The Hive Guard have a lot to shoot
2
at, so it's
for
fine.
Death and Seal. And
We also have this Side Tyranids Flamer that is unaffected by it bracketing. So we have the potential to use the Flamer and maybe the Harpy's Guns to try to take out the Virtus Praetor in the middle alongside Psychic Powers from the Resonance Barb Hive Tyrant. Then we can use the Hive Guard to split into a couple different shots. I think it's important to keep in mind, though, I don't know if this Shield Captain is bodyguarded right now, or is Lookout Sird.
Well, that just happened. So that
I wonder
means
if that's worth measuring. I'm not going to measure it for right now, Chad.
this turn with this guy, which means I can smite
This is the one
and your base.
situation where spectator
that
mode is
die,
probably
and of
pretty
these
sad.
two.
But if he is not, oh, he's probably bodyguarded by the Dreadnought. Excuse me. I think yeah, he's probably fine there.
Unintentional.
The single bike and the single Sagittarium will not protect him, but the Dreadnought certainly will. But if we could get the Hive Tyrant to fly over and gant that dude at close range, I mean, we could potentially see him move over. We just need one failed save potentially to knock out that Shield Captain, and that's a big swing.
It is dead on this, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So this siding here do. Alright, let's see. I fucked that one up, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So no plus for him. So this guy's gonna have plus. And he's gonna get a plus to hit.
And we get bioweapon on the Hive Tyrant.
where's
That always feels good
another
to get that bioweapon going.
Give it to themselves for some reasons.
Aquinas, thanks for the kind words about the
Thorium has
maps.
been
I appreciate
used.
it. I do think the
Yes.
ones this season came out pretty well, pretty nicely. I did experiment with some new stuff for this season. Did a lot of retexturing of terrain so that it especially fit player colors better, which I liked. I had fun with that. Probably expand more on that in the future. Yeah, the classic 8th edition ITC ruins. I'm glad those days are over, chat. ITC ruins was a nightmare. Does the door in the archway block line of sight on the left-hand ruin? I don't know. It says like windows block line of sight, but is a door a window? Oh, ITC. I will say, as much as we have criticism for 9th edition 40k, one thing that we do have to keep in mind, and you know, in rose-tinted glasses, when remembering like cool things that happened in 8th edition, the one thing to keep in mind is how much superior 9th edition is to 8th edition. 8th edition was barely a game. It didn't even have competitive mission formats. It basically didn't have terrain rules, and 9th edition has all of those built into the game proper. And as much as it's not a perfect edition, and certainly 40k or Games Workshop has a lot of work to do to make 40k a better game. Oh boy, is it more fun to play and cleaner, and especially from these map construction standpoints. The obscuring keyword alone makes 40k much more interesting and much more dynamic game.
Alrighty then.
So it looks like Side Tyranids moving up
we
here.
utilize
To
this
try to
for
get a charge
the
into the Virtus Praetor.
order
Doesn't look like we're in
to-
range for a Tanglefoot with that 1 CP.
So this green warriors
Could
over here,
end
they
its
are
dreams of
gonna
getting into melee.
advance.
I think your agent's just out there.
2. That is enough to make you go over Mule. Not onto the objective, but into the zone. You engage. So
So I wonder if we see
Yeah,
this Harpy pull back and
it
just
to
operate
jump.
as a gun platform for the remainder of the game to hold Objective 4 for now. I don't know if Tunnan wants to be spending his CP to double move these warriors at this stage. I think he needs to save that for this charge reroll to get to the center objective.
What do we do?
He basically needs to maximize the output of all of his units right now. He is a little bit on the back foot, so you do have to start taking some chances, and I think charges like this is a good example of that. You can use your Flamer now. You can retarget your Flamer somewhere else on the battlefield, and then if you just hope that we make one of these charges onto this Virtus Praetor and kill him with melee, then we're not quite so much worried about redirecting our ranged attacks onto him. So the game plan here, I imagine, for Tunnan is to try to remove the combination of the red bikes and the Sagittarum in the back with the Hive Guard. I don't think you can, because MooMooCow is holding up 1 CP, I don't think you can single target with the Hive Guard. You really want to split your attacks to make those defensive stratagems much worse.
Let's put him here
And
kill him.
that is... That's an important one to keep in mind.
Shoot this guy. Just shoot into these. Or just go
Only criticism is how
here.
the benefit of cover is unclear. Yeah, it's not a great rule, and I mean that is kind of a hallmark of 9th edition, I guess, is rules that essentially do entirely different things than what the name of the rule is. So benefit of cover essentially is just a sort of
There's no way
a characteristic of terrain that describes how it provides light and heavy cover if it's keyworded with those. But terrain that doesn't have light or heavy cover can still provide the benefit of cover. That benefit is just nothing. Oh, looks like we might be pushing for a breaking through play here, chat. Oh man, this is spicy. Yeah, Harpy coming in to try to get a charge on Trajan. Use breaking through with that one remaining CP to kill him with the mortal wounds. Okay, fair enough.
Do you roll for each of whatever you fly over? It's just one target, right?
Oh, we
I'm
may
just
try to...
gonna check.
Are we trying to do a Spore Mine bomb him?
Over enemy units.
Okay, fair enough. That also works, I guess.
Pick one enemy unit that flew over. Okay. Let's put it into this. I guess I could go for Trajan. Snipe that one mortal, but it's only one model. Going for these guys. That'd be 3 dice.
So Spore Mine bomb on the Praetors. The Spore Mines will actually be kind of
On
annoying
force.
for this Custodes army because
Yeah,
they
so
want to be
one-
shooting at the
one-
monsters.
What do you take?
And
Whoa!
mortal wounds is not great for them.
Let's see. What is it again?
How many is this?
That's what I'm trying to. 6. It afflicts D3 mortals onto your
Okay.
bikes.
So
So
it looks like
D3
D3 plus 2. It's going to be a
For
total
one,
of
of
only
course.
3.
4. Okay, 4 up.
Yeah,
Made
nothing.
it.
And then two little guys bounce out. So unsure what to do with this.
Oh, 2 of them failed. It looks like they actually missed.
Can I charge this turn? The Spore Mines?
I don't think so. Can you?
I believe
I
Spore
have no
Mines, when
idea.
they're spawned.
No, it's just
That would be
Oh,
really OP if you could.
This is how little I use this.
No, but it cannot move a charge during the turn it was set up.
Yeah. Well, they're just gonna be inside of 3 and let's just not forget that I want to be able to come in here. Alright, there we go. Let's this movement, so okay, that didn't swing that very well. I guess we're doing this, and it is what it is.
Benefits of cover does not include defensible, no, chat.
Okay.
It's
See what happens.
only the
Red Warriors are gonna
things can
advance.
provide the benefits of cover that affect like special rules. So if you have a special rule that says that you gain a benefit when you're receiving the benefits of cover, for example, you can get it even when the terrain doesn't have any correct keywords to give you cover. But defensible just only cares whether or not your unit is entirely on or within the area of the terrain. It doesn't care about defense cover or benefits of cover. It's kind of like this discussion has been popping up pretty often because of the Tau Codex that has a lot of remain stationary effects. It's kind of like the remain stationary rules, where if you have an ability that counts you as remaining stationary, it does not actually override any other movement types. It just is a special rule in and of itself that has a lot of the characteristics of having remain stationary in the movement phase. It's very counterintuitive,
Yes.
unfortunately.
But you can deny it.
Nah, go for it.
Okay.
So it looks like getting our mental interrogation
And
with the Hive Tyrant.
this
No
guy
paroxysm
is
this
gonna
turn,
do
so that Hive
his,
Tyrant is probably going to get
smite.
killed. Unfortunately.
Red one? Into the Praetor. Okay.
No, the blue guy into...
The blue? So you're done with red?
Yeah, that was the guy who did the psychic interrogation.
Oh, so... Okay, right.
Oh, blue guy.
Okay, so see if we can smite this shield captain. I do appreciate Tunan's going for all of the
It's a 7.
all of the points he can here, trying to clear
I
these
will
characters.
try and
Let's see
deny
if it
that
gets
with my
denied.
other shield captain.
No deny.
Nope.
That is a 7. I believe he gets a +1. Just let me check.
Okay.
Yep, I get a +1 to that.
Oh, it
So
does deny. Brutal.
That's an 8.
Oh, well,
Absolutely brutal.
a smite again, please. I could spend a command point.
Yeah, we could
This is one command point in order
send
to
Psychic
cast
Scream
something
over to
the
that
others
Hive
can
Tyrant.
cast.
I don't know if that's going to be worth it, because we do want... We could just be breaking through with that CP, and that's a little bit more effective at killing these characters. Although it does let the Hive Tyrant redirect somewhere else with his charge.
Wait. Stratagem, psychic is synaptic channeling.
We're really digging deep into the Tyranid Codex here, trying to dig our way out of this game state for the Tyranid player chat. This is a kind of exciting game.
Let's see. That means I won't do mortals against him. It is what it is. Never mind. Fuck it.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah. So that's it. So he'll cost D3 extra attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Goes off on an 8.
Yep.
You don't have any more denies. Let's see how many
Nope.
attacks. Gonna go on 2.
I almost wonder if you D3 attacks the Harpy at this stage.
can do
I guess it
some,
looks like we're
fun
going to do the
stuff.
Harpy roll. Because we do want the
I'm
Harpy
just
to
gonna
try to
put
kill
it on.
Trajan. I think what we do
So
here
who
is we breaking
fights
through
first here. It's you
with the
anyway.
Tyrant, because its melee attacks are worse than the Harpies. The Harpy actually has an AP value on his melee attacks, AP2 actually, so we'll put Trajan on his invuln. So getting more of those AP2 attacks gives the best chance of killing Trajan this turn. The Hive Tyrant has a very good chance of killing a shield captain with a breaking through.
Shooting.
And here we go. Or I guess we could just kill that guy with a gun, to be fair.
Dawn Eagle Captain.
That might just happen.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Yeah.
He's... Yeah, he's closer. Yeah, go for it.
Yes. Hitting on, I gave him +1. Yeah, it's over here.
Did
Should
you?
be on him. Yeah. And then it's up to hitting on.
So,
Are you -1 to hit?
3s, yeah, -1 hit. So 3s.
Ooh, that Radiant Mantle coming in
And
clutch.
falls.
Saves 6 wounds there. That is a good
Wow.
roll. 12 saves. Can he survive?
Okay, one at a time then, I guess.
He's gonna
Get rid of
slow
that fucker.
roll. Oh
One
my
at a time. I know what this
god.
means.
Here we go, chat.
It's -4 AP.
It's man's war, is it?
The slow roll on the 12 2+
It's just
armor
gonna
saves.
Be, there's not gonna be any ones.
Oh no.
I know it.
What do we get? There
Oh,
it is.
there we
There you go.
Do we take the 5 up here, or
you
let
have
him
your
go?
Hive Guard.
I sure do.
What can I do with him?
This is very exciting, chat.
Give me 3.
One shot from the Devourer going
Give
through,
you 3
threatening
points.
to kill
Yeah,
that
that's
shield
kind of the
captain.
problem.
These players are also,
You
even
know,
if
I'm gonna spend it. which is pretty ill
We are
advised.
gonna spend it, but we do get the chance
But-
to regen from Trajan right now because Trajan is currently
You know,
still
I'll just
alive.
roll a 1 into a 1, right?
And there's the reroll. It's a success.
Oh wait, no, and then it's your player 1, right? So I'll see if I can get that back.
Yeah, here it goes. No regen.
No,
so
I don't.
it is
No more.
essentially
Sad.
only 0.7 of a
And then I'll just
CP
roll
for
blast.
that regen. And here's another one. Does he make his 5 up? Oh no.
So okay, and then 5 up feeling pain.
And he's dead. We did it. And we bled the CP from MooMooCow. So no defensive tech active for the Hive Guard shot. Oh, this could be brutal for him. If we see a spike up on this Hive Guard and we clean the red Praetor unit, this could be swinging right back in Tunnan's favor. Chat, this game is on a razor's edge right now.
Into this, or
Okay.
is he just gonna shoot everything into that lonely guy? Let's see. These guys, there's one guy on 4 wounds. Yeah, he's gonna shoot everything into the Praetorians.
Yeah, that Sagittarium is in
So
cover,
how
so
many
he'd be on
shots?
2+ saves even against all of the Harpy attacks.
Only 6. And then his Salvo Launcher. Or no, it's not called Salvo Launcher. I wish
Going
it
into
was.
the bikes or the.
Oh! That attack
Misses
was not what you want to
everything.
see here.
Yeah,
To
he
the
took
Hey.
Vexillus Praetor with that
Because-
minus
Yeah,
1
I'll
to
take
hit,
it.
making him miss all
Can
of
you
those
roll
big
like that for Hive Guard,
Stranglethorn
please?
cannon attacks, unfortunately.
And this guy.
4 plus
is
ballistic
playing
seal on that
with these
Harpy.
guys.
Pretty garbo.
okay.
So yeah.
Not a good combat unit, the Harpy. Good for utility, though. See if this Flamer gets anywhere. It's a good 11
That's
shots.
good. It is
11.
It is what it is. Force. It's what it is.
Okay.
-2.
4 up involves.
Only one goes
One
Take
through.
1.
damage.
Damage is 1, is it?
Yeah. And then yeah, the High Guards are going into that.
And
Okay.
here come the big shots from the
So
Hive
hitting on
Guard.
3s.
Yeah, and I was thinking.
Yeah, I guess the question here is whether we're exploding 6s, but I think that we want to
If I kill this,
potentially
just
reroll the
straight up
charge
just
from the side
bunking
Tyro
it
duel.
all.
Or breaking through on one of these
I get-
monsters.
Nah, I'm not gonna spend that. Fuck it. Let's go.
I
Hitting on
think we can
3s
afford
for
it. And that's why
reroll.
the Hive Guard lose a little bit of effectiveness.
Go
Good
for
thing
the
we're
reroll.
rerolling ones there. Or rerolling hits
Almost
there,
picked up that
excuse
three
me.
also.
All convert. That's what we want to see on
Nice.
Tune inside of the table.
Wow, you are rolling well.
And then wounding on 3s.
Yep.
And we're back to normal.
Yeah. I
Alright.
think Tunan's dice have been
4 up
pretty spiky.
involves.
And only 2
Okay.
go through. Oh no!
Okay, first guy.
The Virtus
on.
Praetor stays strong.
Oh.
Only
6-2.
2 damage. We're gonna kill
Yeah,
a
and then it
single
dies.
Virtus Praetor. That's not what we needed to see on the Tyranid side of the table here.
You said it before we started, right? Like, it's all gonna be
Yeah.
about team involvement.
Yeah,
Whoever can roll
Alright.
better.
Yeah.
that is
Alright,
that is the
I believe that was
quintessential
all.
Crusher versus Custodes matchup. Let's roll some 4+ invul and see whose rolls better.
Oh yeah. Start off with this guy going into Trajan.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna get
And I
stepped
guess-
on.
I guess I have to go into the bikes as well.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. So
Yeah, fortunately we are
Step
only
all
threatening
over him.
interventions with the characters proper here from Custodes. You have to watch out for that Vexillus. Don't want to get the Vexillus in there by accident. Well,
and then
I
yeah,
guess he might
spending
anyway.
that one, and I still guess I have 12 wounds remaining. But you are on toughness 6, right?
Yep. Tough 5.
No, toughness 5. Okay, so 3
Okay,
up.
so here comes the breaking through to try to kill Trajan.
Oh, there we go. So
And
6
there it
of
is.
this.
6 mortal wounds. Does he make 6
on
4
your,
ups?
4 up.
Please no.
Fucking
Nope.
almost. Nah.
Goodbye, Trajan.
You got no CP to shoulder
GG.
mantle, so that's
Yeah. Are you done with your charges?
no.
Oh, you do that. Alright, you've got your one more.
He's going. Let's see what he can do. I bet you he's gonna roll low.
There's
And
an
he's
8.
Yeah, he's in.
Oh, he makes it.
Whoa.
Does he?
That's not the-
Yeah, it looks like he does.
Is that it?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, just above, I guess. Yeah. Yeah,
See
he's
what-
dead. Is it touching the base? I don't know.
It is.
Yeah, Yeah,
Grab it!
yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. That's fine. I think. I mean, it's kind of right on the line where if I yeah.
Then this guy.
Yeah, it's kind of like a.
Exclamation point! How to play chat in the chat. We'll get you a link to our YouTube playlist. It's a bunch of 40k new player guides, but in there is a list of videos on how to get started playing TTS 40k. There's a guide on how to install the software and the mod. It's a mod for the Tabletop Simulator game on Steam. And you can get playing with us in the Discord. Exclamation point Discord. We play at the Tactical Tortoise Discord all the time. Got some new player events going on currently, and we have a lot of competitive play that goes on. Basically constantly.
Okay.
I guess
Looks like we did call that charge
kill
in.
this guy, but then he's just dead.
That's a funky one because the model's colliders aren't
Years is
perfect.
coming.
I think you do have to sync a correct base size into those higher rules to make it measure correctly.
No, he's standing exactly where he is. So I guess you could, no, doesn't matter. Right, fight face.
Heroic intervention going in there.
Yep.
Here comes the Vexillus Praetor to fight.
Arrow, buddy. Doing my attacks over here. I'll be 7 attacks, hitting on 4s, rolling once.
So we did clear. We should be at 11 on assassination now for Tunnan
Rerolling once.
since Trajan died. He is the
And
warlord.
Rolling on 3s. Oh!
The score looking pretty close, but again, Tunnan did get
4 up
first
and
round, so
rolls.
he's
Nope.
a little bit ahead. And we have bottom round scoring on
3 points on thingamajig. I'm just gonna.
bottom round scoring for
And then this guy is
MooMooCow.
I need to hit these guys. See what I can do. So they're not. Are they -1 to be hit?
You can scratch at my Vexilla if you want. No, they're not.
But I want to hit this. So
Like-
it's 3 attacks. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, getting rid of the bikes really gets rid of any of the threats of the Hive Guard. There, that's if anything's going to touch the Hive Guard, it is those fast-moving bikes.
Strength users.
And the Hive Guard are what
so 1 at minus.
Tunnan needs to claw back
Ah,
in this
yeah,
game.
whatever. Yeah.
To
Then,
Talon back
hit
in this
me.
game, even. To
Okay,
Rending Claw back into this game.
Contemptor into
No
your
Rending
turret.
Claws in this Tyranid list, though, I guess. To Bone Sword back into this game. There you go.
6 attacks on 2s. You roll 1s for the captain. On 3s. And reroll 1 for Empress Chosen, yeah. There we go. 6 wounds.
Watch this. 4 up.
Ooh, Hive
Yep.
Tyrant goes
Does
down.
he explode?
Like to be expected.
4 up.
I
Go.
wish.
Okay.
Still. So that's
So,
another
You
2
needed a
points.
paroxysm on that guy, I think. Although, to be fair, the Contemptor
Your
and
mind
the
only
Shield Captain
explode
would
at
be
the
tough.
start of the phase, right?
Charge phase, yeah.
Oh, we only got 2
So
characters.
basically,
with the,
he's still going
season
there, staying the same, just slightly closer to you, like that.
for
And then they're gonna.
for Custodes. I thought they were on 3.
Sorry?
But the Shield Captain did survive.
So Trevi's hand fiddling with the assassination.
Is it? You got Trajan for +1.
Yeah, didn't I put that? I thought I put that. Oh, never mind.
No, it would be 3. You put 6, right? So 1 there, and 1 there, and then 1 more for Warlord.
That's true. And then engage on all fronts again for 3.
Yeah.
Depends if you kill this guy actually.
That is
This
true.
is-
So
this is
I
within it.
doubt it.
Yeah, see what happens.
It's gonna be hard, yeah. So that's 8 attacks. Oops, too many. And then 2 for the... Did I get that right? Or are they 3 attacks each? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. 2s, do you want to re-roll this? Because I'm still in Rendax. Yeah, why not? Nope.
1 auto wound.
1 auto wound, thank you. And then...
I have no idea. Toughness
You have
6.
toughness 6, right? So it's 3s at least. There you go.
5 up. Okay.
Take 3.
3. Yeah, down to 9.
Okay, Vex Celebrator into you.
Nah, it doesn't kill me, so I'm just gonna put it up. 9 points.
All hits. 3s to wound. All wound.
Takes 2 more.
Another 2 damage.
Yeah. Alright. Well, that's it.
Okay,
Do your worst. No.
do my worst. So you count as 6 models on that currently, correct?
That is correct, yes. So you get your 8 points.
8 points.
Alright, so we're
And
back to MooMooCow.
I should have... Did I kill...
Side of the table.
Yeah, I got this. I can
No behind enemy line scored for MooMooCow, but he could start scoring that now. He's relatively free in the fur ball in the center, so he can start pushing the bikes forward, which are the units that are going to be best to score that. I don't think he can access the castle this turn, but if the bikes end up surviving the Hive Guard next turn, I think he has a pretty good shot at doing so. Yeah, going to be trying to clear out those Tyranid warriors. Got to get rid of that objective secured, since the Custodes OBSEC is relatively slow in and of itself.
So Contemptaculous is...
What the fuck?
What's that? What was
I
that?
don't know. I grabbed him in midair while
What?
trying to grab this.
Okay. So he's gonna...
Yeah.
He's going 9.
Yeah. Very small charge. 6 inches.
Ooh, looks like the Contemptor can get in.
You can put him.
That's going to be
You want to
brutal.
put him into Dreadhawks?
No, thank you. Sorry, before I do that, 1 CP, I'll spend... man, this sucks.
You're gonna spend that in order to fall back and shoot.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it very hard, because I need to kill that thing.
No, what has he done to you? It's a fluffy boy. Cuddly.
But I need to deal with your Hive Tyrant too. Okay.
That fucker is so dead. It's made out of plastic. Wet cardboard.
If I lose my
That Hive
bike...
Tyrant is worth a lot. He's the last Abhor the Witch that MooMooCow can score. He's going to be a little cut on Abhor the Witch, unfortunately losing 6 points in that secondary. Whereas Tunnan, unfortunately, I don't foresee him getting any additional points on Assassinate, but it could happen. I think Tunnan is in plan make all my invulnerable saves, which is it has been serving him pretty well. The last turn it went kind of south. He essentially needs to start taking the turn off with the Hive Tyrant to cast Psychic Interrogation to keep him going.
Make all my attacks into 1 and then damage 1 rather than get +1 attack.
Oh yeah. Well, that's good for you.
Yeah. So bike is gonna go here, and you know what? I will be spending the CP, which is kind of silly actually, but
Am I gonna laugh? Or am I
and
gonna cry?
yeah, and red is gonna be able to fall back and shoot.
Yep. I'm crying.
So both units getting on that.
So I think we are in Dakatari now.
This
Yeah.
counts as
14.
2 models each.
Yep, they count as 2 models each. I think the question is whether or not I can fit
So
outside of
these
one.
guys will be able to reduce their damage to 1 to get additional attack. Now that we're in battle round 3. No opportunity to switch that because Trajan's dead. So he's just locked in.
Okay, so that's 6 models there. I just need to kind of bring you down a bit.
If you don't kill it though. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Praetorian Captain going here. Sagittarium going here.
Can't believe we're only on turn 3.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fast, this last one. So.
They're going there. Sorry, not 7 inches. Just kind of.
Yeah, I think that's like sort of
You don't want to,
classic Crusher Stampede is the games go pretty quickly. You're pushing hard up the table, super fast. Force that engagement. Try to remove your opponent's threats to the Hyrule as quickly as possible, although it didn't go quite well for that second Hyrule. He took a lot more damage from salvo launchers than he would like to.
Well, the green can fly over them and charge, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Wardens are happy where they are, I think. Yeah. No, actually, excuse me, I don't know why he was there. Making sure he's still within that, at the edge of that 3-inch bubble. They're just kind of shuffling up a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? No, I hold that already, so I might try and kill you.
Yeah, it's sticky, so it's yours.
Oh, what the hell? Okay. So yeah, basically just making it as unavailable to charge as possible.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's movement, psychic, shooting.
Yeah,
They can fall back and shoot, but first things first, Contemptor is putting everything into the side tower duel.
What?
All right,
What has Hyrule done to
here
you?
we go.
Two
So I
shots
think
from
I think for Tunnan to have a chance in this game, this Hyrule needs to survive.
both hits.
That's very unlikely, but
Also-
his damage is not good outside of the Hyrule.
1 wound.
So we we really basically need Tunnan to make a super strong string of 5+s here.
Bolter shots. Am I ready? I'm not within range of a captain. So
I will mention though, to be fair, we do have
5s, 2 wounds, AP minus
we
1.
do have Lash with Bone Sword on the Warriors. So the Warriors do have an AP value, which they normally don't when we see the double scything talon build. Less attacks, but AP 2 means they are actually good at fighting Custodes, or not good, I should say. They are adequate at fighting Custodes.
The 3 Sagittarium here are putting their shots into the Hive Tyrant. And they're firing both their weapons. So 3 Adrastic.
Hyrule down to 4 though, so
I am
bottom
within
bracket,
one of the
unfortunately.
captain.
1 hit.
Come on. Okay, 3 hits, and then 5s to wound, 2 wounds, AP minus 3.
Oh yeah, they didn't draw.
Yeah.
Oh, but you
Well, no, I'm
split
firing
fire,
both, so
okay.
it should be 3s actually. So yeah, only 1 now.
Yeah, only one. Yeah.
How many did I roll?
1 hit. So
Yeah,
what
okay,
was
1
it
hit, yeah.
against the Hive Tyrant? Right?
Yeah, on the Hive Tyrant. 4 up and ball.
4 up. Come on. Make
You're good. And then the 8 shots.
Yes.
9 shots rather, excuse me.
Hitting on 3s. Rerolling one.
Yeah.
Rerolling once at least. Holy fuck.
Yeah, okay, and then 5s. Just 1.
Just 1. AP, whatever. 4 up. Takes 1 wound.
Takes 1. The other Sagittarium doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Adrathic, reroll 1 for the captain.
Oof.
Nope. And then Heavy Bolter. Oh, they all
Emperor
hit.
Chosen.
Yep. And then.
No.
What?
They don't. You
Oh wait,
split,
no,
right?
the two. Yeah, the two didn't move. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. So
Yeah, nothing wounded anyway, so it's fine.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'll just assume they didn't hit. Okay.
And
Just
for
need
them,
one to go through.
Bikers, exactly. 3 shots, 3 opportunities. Just one needs to go through. Can he do?
Green into the higher deal.
Yeah. Hitting on 2.
Hits. Come on. Wounds.
Does wound. Can he
Let's
do
see
it?
these 5-ups in that Hyrule.
Nah.
Nope.
Does
Yeah,
it
it just
kill
kills
him?
him. Oh, yeah, unless I roll 1, no. It's, yeah, kills him.
Oh, that's too bad. Unfortunate.
Yeah, you rolled a 3. Yeah.
Unfortunate. Do we see the freak out here? We'll
Come
kill
on.
off Spore Mines, unfortunately.
Did it?
No.
Oh.
Oh well.
Hive Tyrant.
That's unfortunate. So I think this is
shoot
going to be an
at
uphill battle for
the red squad.
Tunnan now. I think he's going to quickly run out of attack volume he needs to deal with the remaining Custodes on the table. Especially if the Harpy and Hive Tyrant get engaged here. Because he doesn't have the ability to fall back and operate at all in Crusher Stampede. So they're just kind of locked in unless Tunnan wants to sacrifice their turn. So we could potentially see the Hive Guard with, again, another swing up on the Hive Guard, although they're going to be losing Swarm Leader pretty quickly here. They could potentially clear the Praetors in the center to keep MooMooCow from scoring his 12 on Battle Round 4.
2 shots. One hit. Do I want to reroll that?
But I think that will put MooMooCow into a situation where he will be able to win on bottom round 5. We'll see how it goes, though.
Wound. Yep, I'm rerolling that. Nope, nothing happens. 6 wounds left. That's gonna be tough.
Nah, not really.
Okay, do I want to push forward into your Hive Guard? I probably should. Or turn around and go for your Hive Tyrant.
You should have it with these guys though. Pound him. To be honest, he only has the 4-up involved, and then he's not -1.
Yeah, no, I can't charge the red guys, I can only charge the green. Okay, so
Oh,
let's
it's
go for the
charge
easy one.
or
Teal
shoot.
into the Happy.
Yeah. Yes. So it's charge or shoot with those guys when you fall back, right?
Yeah, it's only one, yeah. So I rolled a 9, they're going here.
Wouldn't the
Swarm Mines
first-
can't take the objective from me, right?
No, they can't. Maybe in a month or 2 with new code.
Drop. There's something wrong with the hitbox. I'm just leaving him there.
He's over there.
The green one is charging your Hive Tyrant.
Yeah. He's in. Yeah, he is definitely.
I need to kill your warriors. Man. Alaris into your Hive Tyrant. I can't fail that.
You don't.
The Sagittarium into your Hive Tyrant.
Yes. It's in.
And I'll leave those Sagittarium guard. The Dreadnoughts going into your warriors.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's in.
8 inches. So.
You will need to go around in order
Yep,
to get
that's
to the
fine.
reverse listen.
But you will
Yeah.
need to deal with him at some point.
Well, yeah, I got 20 minutes to deal with him.
Yeah. Okay, so
Go ahead, whack him all.
bike first into your Hive Tyrant.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't matter. You don't have CP to interrupt, but yeah.
No.
All hit. Oh wait, sorry. I'm doing the 1 damage one, so I should get 1 more attack.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep,
all hit.
all hits. And then on... You don't
Threes,
have a
right?
-1 wound now, right? So
No,
threes
no,
and
doubles.
twos and... Sorry, threes and fives.
Oh wait, don't you
And-
get plus? Wait. I'm just gonna pause the clock.
You know, I'm strength 7 on the charge, +1 wound, so it's threes. Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm rerolling this one. Not the blue. Ignore the blue.
Yeah.
It's lagging.
Just reroll the red one.
I'm
you did?
lagging, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 wounds on your hive tower.
Yeah.
4 up in ball.
Ah!
Take 3.
3. It's down to 3.
Okay. Alara's going next. If you can pop the time back to me, because I put that over to you for your.
Oh. There you go.
Yeah. So 8 attacks this time on 2s, all hits, and then wounding on 3s, rerolling 1. Come on. It's really lagging quite badly.
It wounded. Everything wounded except 3 of them. I'm just gonna roll them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's dead. Does he explode?
Okay.
Oof, that's a big
He
swing.
does explode.
Okay.
Gets the explosion.
So
Could kill that
it's
Sagittarius,
just
which is
flat
pretty,
D3.
Okay.
Pretty cute.
Yeah, so
Unfortunately, that does max MooMooCow on whatever he can get on Abhor the Witch, so he's at 9, and it cuts Tunnan on Psychic Interrogation down to 6, because he has no more Psychers to complete that secondary with. And I think that even if we can play very defensively on both these players' part, I think that will eventually seal Tunnan the game here. He is significantly up on engaged on all fronts, but we will start scoring behind enemy lines for MooMooCow. He's most likely, unless all of these bikes get killed this turn, he's most likely going to be losing or beginning to score multiple points on behind enemy lines. So I think we probably get, I believe it's 4 points if he gets 2+ units inside his opponent's deployment zone, which means he will probably get 7 on there. So he's only down 2 on the maneuver secondaries. He's up significantly on the kill secondaries, and he will be up on Warpcraft as well. MooMooCow down 2 points currently, but we'll be back up to parity with that behind enemy lines, and then he has bottom round 5 scoring to, assuming that the army doesn't die here, to get that full 12 on the bottom of round 5 on primary to seize the game. So I think what we need to have happen here essentially is this Contemptor needs to get bogged down so it can't get into the Hive Guard this turn. The Hive Guard need to kill all of the bikes right now.
Strength 7, so 3s.
I don't know if the Shield Captain is in Lookout range, but I don't think it matters so much. I think we just have to straight up kill the bikes, hold the Contemptor for a turn, kill the Contemptor the subsequent turn with the Hive Guard. That is a big ask, though, for a Hive Guard unit with very few buffs on them.
Nice. 7 exactly. Yeah, so he dies.
Ooh, and there goes the Harpy as well. Oh, this is brutal. Yeah, all of the monsters going down. Those are the support monsters, though, to be fair. Those are not the tanky boys who want to stay at the front of the army. And that also is going to cut Tunnan on his engage on all fronts. I think it's highly unlikely he scores engage now from here on out. It's possible. He can double move the Warriors for a CP, but really tough.
You roll 1 for those, I think. Okay, and then wounding, what's your toughness?
Yeah, I think that MooMooCow was expecting to be able to drop the Dreadnought in the bottom right quarter here, and then, you know, do what he's doing here with it and move it up to his opponent's deployment zone this way and start that scoring on round 3. That's essentially what's happened, but he's had to make a longer trek of it, basically going around the corner here. Looks like the Tyranid Warrior unit in the center actually survives. It's a big deal, to be honest. We can use that Warrior to...
on your T8 or T7?
Yep. Yeah, that's correct.
We can use that Warrior to grab the center objective. So MooMooCow will be delayed on his 12-point primary. Is it 2 wounds on the Contemptor? Ah, yeah!
Nope.
All
Minus two
right,
is it?
Tyranid warriors. That's that last rope coming into play. Those warriors do not get removed until the enemy has completed their attacks. So they do get to swing back before the end of the fight phase. So getting a couple of extra points of damage through, and that could be crucial for trying to grab that Contemptor on this upcoming turn. But yeah, I think we got to get rid of these bikes to prevent that behind enemy lines from ticking up. There it is, 2 points for MooMooCow, and he's at 13 on Bring It Down, which is going to put him slightly ahead. Yeah, I am surprised that we didn't see Stranglehold from both these players, to be honest. Both of these are armies that really want to be fighting for Stranglehold, and I'm surprised that we took the the less classic maneuver secondaries. I think what happened, to be honest, chat, is I think both of these players got in each other's head. I think they both expected the other one to take Stranglehold on this mission, and so they elected to play a different game plan, so they weren't going to be bogged down in a fight for the center. Because they both are very maneuverable armies, with the Virtus Praetors with access to fall back and shoot and fall back and charge through Esteemed Amalgam. And, I don't know what the other one's called. Mobile Warfare, I think, or something like that. The fall back and shoot stratagem. And also, you know, all the Harpies and stuff on the Tyranid side of the table. And so they both want to be running around the table and not fighting in the middle. So if they expect their opponent to go fight in the middle, then... it makes sense for them to be playing a little bit more around the sides of the table. So measuring here, looks like Tunnan realizing that he can shoot that shield captain, but the question is whether he should. Because while that shield captain, if we can kill it with the Hive Guard, which to be fair is probably going to be, you need at least 3 Hive Guard to kill that guy, but you probably should allocate more. That is going to mean that we have less Hive Guard to fire at the Virtus Praetors, and we do need, I think, to split between these 2 units and try to kill both of them. And then just hope that we don't see the Sagittarium get into the your zone. Although I think we are on Callistus. We are. So we can choose stance 1 to advance more quickly for the Custodes to try to get that Sagittarium Guard in. It's a heads-up play from MooMooCow to push through on Callistus.
4 means they got 10-inch move.
Yeah, so here's the Tyranid Warrior unit moving up to Objective 4 to grab that.
Charge through the wall.
Oh, I guess that is a good point. This objective wasn't locked. I had missed. Because it's only been held by Harpies and Hyrule, so you do need objective secured to lock objectives in this new 2022 version of the map, of the mission. And this objective not being locked does mean that we're cut down to a 4-point primary turn.
They can survive.
That's going to be tough to come back from.
You gotta believe this guy.
Because he is, I think, only going to be on an 8.
Stay outside of 3 inches.
The coming turn, assuming that he blocks any enemies from getting in.
Because I hold this now, because they aren't obsec.
Which means that MooMooCow is going to be significantly advantaged in primary.
Goes all the way over here, can they do that? No, they can't. Go into him, and then kill him off, and then one can score 2 points.
Trying to get engaged on fronts, maybe with a double move. I don't think we can let the Hive Guard leave them open. I think we have to remain here with this Tyranid Warrior unit. As crappy as it sounds.
Kill that guy, and this Achilles Contemptor. What if I charge you? What if I actually fucking... You know what? I don't know what to. I don't have time. I don't have time to think. I just have to go with my instinct. And here's the instinct.
All right. Plan A: kill the Achilles now. You can't get behind enemy lines if we kill your guys. So I think the plan may be to get in with a pile and consolidate. I guess if we charge here with this warrior and get it so we can consolidate in there, we could, if the Contemptor dies to the warrior attack. You could also save a CP to overrun the warriors if they kill the Contemptor. It is unlikely. Only 9 attacks at strength 4. It is AP2, so it puts him on a 4+. But we basically need the Hive Guard to drop him to 1 and try to get that 1 through with the Tyranid warriors. And then if we kill that shield captain, that is, I mean, that's a swing. Puts us up to 11 points on engage, 10 points on assassination. Let's see how it goes.
Alright, so here's the deal. I am gonna spend for exploding 6s.
Oh, no overrun. I don't know if we can get
I don't have any
with no
rerolls.
overrun.
I have a high belief that these guys can kill that guy
It's possible.
with 2 guys. And these 4 guys can kill that guy almost. So 4 guys into kill us.
We are at,
two
we are
guys
at
into the shield captain.
just dice him out phase for Tunnan. 2 guys into the Terminator.
Leave.
And we spent
No
for exploding
rerolls, but
6s.
hitting on 2s. Exploding 6s. These are into the Laris shield captain.
Okay.
Okay, come on. That's 4 hits.
So this is
Wounding you on 3s, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, all
Here we go.
wound.
Come on.
No
Fail him.
way.
Or up in ball.
Only 1. He
Oh,
survives.
Not enough.
The shield captain
But there you go.
lives.
2 wounds.
Takes
1
one.
wound even. No.
Oh,
Maybe I can get shooting 1 more time. Who
brutal.
knows?
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
protected by
And then the 4
Sagittarius
into
this
this
coming
guy,
turn.
so that's 8 shots.
And then we'll see what we do with this Contemptor. We have to
I
do 6 to
believe-
it. I think that's the best case
Oops.
scenario for Tunnan here.
Why is it? Oh, it's because of all of these. There we go. 8 shots. Believe.
They all hit and we
Yep.
Believe hard
explode.
enough.
That's a strong
Emperor
start.
will help me out. So
Threes
you T8,
again. Yeah, T7. Threes.
T7. Yeah. Oh, then I would have wounded you on 5s earlier. Oh, whatever.
That's a good
All right.
roll. Okay, that's what you call it.
5
Alright.
up in balls.
Alright. Can we...
Save
and
3.
You're reducing by 1 anyway.
Reduced
so-
by 1, yeah. 2, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I don't know if it mattered, but he does save on 4s here.
He does?
That's it?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
he
yeah,
does.
yeah, that's
I'll
true.
take your roll.
'cause- Sorry, I keep assuming you're gonna put me on mine, Val.
You rolled... Whatever you rolled. You won...
I
so
roll,
one-
yeah, so it's, I'll just...
One
yeah,
of
okay.
those goes away.
No, tell you what, no, it's fair. Tell you what, that. Yeah, I'll just take 4 Feel No Pains.
Yeah.
Nope,
Okay.
takes
Fails
4.
all the Fiona Pains. Well, down to 3.
Magic is about to happen.
Unlikely.
I keep assuming that your strength 8 guns hit me on like a -3.
Charging this guy.
Or unlikely
with,
that this
quite
Contemptor
a good
dies.
roll.
It could happen, though.
Yeah.
I believe. Send your mental energy to this Tyranid Warrior unit, chat.
Okay, 8.
An 8-inch charge is pretty good.
So
I don't know
I'm
if
just gonna put
it's
this
possible
guy
to make
first
this move that we want to do for
to
Tunnan.
see how far the others can go.
You just
8.
want to be within a ½ inch, yeah. Is he within 3 inches of the side there?
These measurements.
He does
There
have
we
to awkwardly move, I guess, towards the Sagittarium, which is fine.
go. Can they make it in? No, we can't
Oh,
make
no,
it
yeah,
in.
I don't think
anyways,
so.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter that much.
No engage on all fronts
Alright.
for that
it
unit
is
getting
what it
in. We
is.
needed to save that CP
Alright.
on Overrun.
Yeah, he's not gonna do anything. So I send my Hive Guard.
Do it! Do it!
Oh no, not like this.
You know what? Fuck it. I am.
Charging with the Hive
Really?
Guard!
Okay.
I am. 7.
I think tuning in for the memes here now. So try.
Let's see.
I don't know what the game plan here is here, chat. I guess we try to kill him with
Maybe
the Hive
within
Guard
one
and
and
then use the
half
pile-in
inch,
and
half
consolidate
inch,
to get the
yeah.
Tyranid Warriors here. So we're basically conceding the game for an extra 2 points. That is fair. I think
Sucking.
Tunnan may be looking at this game as a lost cause at this point. He is down to 2 units of Tyranid Warriors, 1 individual Tyranid Warrior, and the Hive Guard, which are obviously all pretty powerful units. But he might be looking to try to squeak as many points as he can on objectives in order to get his placement up high enough, because that is important.
Rerolls.
That does determine your T5S2 standings points for the end of the event.
Take 1 wound.
Take 1 wound.
Looks like a good
And
pink
feel no
for
pain.
one.
Nope. Down to 2.
It's not 3 though.
And then Hive Guard. I know you're good at
Mhm.
shooting, but let's show these guys you're good at
Oh, that was the
fighting
Warriors.
as well.
Oh no. Unfortunately.
Just moving in, and then moving this guy in, and then moving that guy so we can fight through him. And then, yeah, whatever. Good fun, good fun. Still hold the objective. So yeah, that's 6 guys with 2 attacks each. That's 12 attacks.
Go for
See
it. On
stuff
force.
On force. Well,
And
I need only 2
Oh, yeah,
5s
yeah.
and then 2 1s.
And no, 3. Does your swarm leader thing go off in close combat?
No, I don't have Swarm Leader. He's dead.
Oh, okay. Right.
Otherwise, I would have had it. So,
2 wounds?
2 wounds, yeah. 2 1s, yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright.
Okay, I'll swing back at you.
Well, we tried our hardest, Chad, to kill this Contemptor. I think there was a universe where Tyranids got out of this this state of the game without things being too bad. We also had these Spore Mines that could have charged. I think we forgot about them, which is probably fine. They can charge and potentially inflict mortal wounds. So they could pile additional damage into the Praetors if the Hive Guard had turned onto the Praetors here with their shooting. And then what would have been this... what would have been this advance here? Oops, that's not what I wanted to do, chat. I apologize.
Yeah, and then I basically just zoom in here.
Having trouble measuring? I don't know.
He'll run
So it
up.
would have been a 4 to advance that guy into the deployment zone,
These guys are
which is
probably
potentially failable
yeah.
with even with Callistus. Yeah, the Warriors go down, unfortunately.
shoot that guy off.
So essentially, we would have been holding the middle.
And so yeah, okay, so that.
If we'd killed the bikes and this guy failed his move, the Contemptor would have scored 2 more in behind enemy lines rather than 4, but it looks like we're scoring 4 now.
Is the Adrathic Destructor hitting on 3s.
Rerolling 1 for Empress Chosen. Come on.
4?
If you hope to then
Okay, and
kill the Sagittarum with some random stuff and clip the
That's why
kill us out with the Hive Guard,
you're good, but you take
Um, I think MooMooCow's still into score 4 on behind with the units over here, but he does have to move those up aggressively. It's a highly unlikely situation you get out of that with Tunnan, but I think there is a possibility, at least to maximize his score. But it's less memey than charging with Hive Guard, so, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta see if you can kill a Dreadnought with your Hive Guard unit.
Contemptor
Firing everything into close combat with you.
No.
2 shots with the last spear hitting on 3s. Reroll 1 for Empress Chosen.
It's
1 hit. Wounding on 3. That's a wound.
no. Flat 3. Just kills off.
Flat 3 kills 1, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the 8 shots. Threes. Is it heavy? No, it's rapid fire. Sorry, so 2s.
Yeah. Who's
And then 4s. Yeah, there you go.
So we should still see Tunnan score out 8 points on his final primary here. I don't think MooMooCow gets anybody into the touch the objective, and it is locked because the Warriors have been there. So we should be up to 65 primary, and then we see MooMooCow score everything else out, so up to 80, 84, 88 it looks like. So I think 88 to 65 is going to be our final score for the game, unless I'm missing anything. I guess there might be some mission primaries that we can see. Maybe the Warriors try a long bomb on the Sagittarum. Is that possible? Looks unlikely. Yeah.
Who's no?
Deuce, is it?
Ah,
Oh, well, anyway. Yeah.
No, it's 3. 3s. 5 up.
AP -1. Oh, yeah, you get 5 ups as well.
They're still alive.
So, I mean, he's going to move there, but yeah, it's pretty much done. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And then so green is just charging into your hive guard.
Yeah. You shall survive.
All hits. All wound.
Yeah.
5 ups, basically.
Five ups. What to lose?
2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. So the 2 damage,
So,
there's
one
one guy
guy,
that dies, and then another one dies.
That guy dies. Right.
Yep, and then you can swim back, but I think that's pretty much it.
What changes to Hive Guard would have to happen in order to make their other weapon viable? Well, I think the weapon effect it's just terrible right now. It does. In addition to not ignoring line of sight, it does so much less damage than the Impaler Cannon that it's just insane. I think you have to make Hive Guard, so in addition to buffing the weapon itself, like, it needs to be actually frightening. And I know there are EMP effects in Tau that are a little bit more effective. There's a lot of Tau weapons that are like, when you hit a vehicle, just deal flat a bunch of mortal wounds. Looks like we'll move to the post game here. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but we'll move to the post game here with the players. If you have any questions for the players chat, go ahead and throw them in.
Probably way too tired to realize what I did wrong.
I don't know. I'm just surprised you charged them in, really. But
I mean, what are they gonna do? I needed to kill this.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, sure, they can stand here. Oh wait, yeah, then you fly in and just fucking zoom in and at them, and anyway, it doesn't matter that much. Doesn't matter at all. Just needed to kill this, and then it is what it is. I don't know. I don't really care. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was. It was enjoyable.
Yeah. I can't believe the Hive Tyrant survived them. Not Hive Tyrant, but the Hirdu. That was some good fun.
Yeah, that was. Well, I mean, I had wanted him to survive.
Oh yeah. I wanted him to die. Not really wanted to die, but I saw the opportunity and like, oh yeah, now he needs to die, and he did. Oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah, every
Trevi.
I found that every time you want a Hyrule to suicide itself, it ends up surviving. They're just too tenacious for their own good. They won't go down.
Well, give credit to Trajan for stabbing him with his dagger like 5 times.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, puts the axe down. He's like, ancient relic battle axe. Well, you know, a treasured artifact of the Emperor's armory. He's like, no, I don't do that. We're taking we got a
bring out
butter knife over
kitchen
here. Let's
knife.
freaking do it. Yeah.
So yeah, GG.
GG. Yeah. I didn't expect even to go good, but I mean, it was good. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, experience.
It was a fun game to watch, I think, on our part too. I think this matchup is always pretty fun because it is, at least from a spectator standpoint, because it does tend to be kind of a roller coaster ride, which is always exciting. So I appreciate that. You guys gave us a good show.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. It's a good fun. Yeah. I mean, like last minute, like Moomoo just told me like we're gonna be paired up, and I was like, dude, I just woke up. What? Okay, we're not. Okay. Oh, we're fighting. Okay. Oh, and Trevor want to stream it. Oh, okay. Okay. And I'm sitting here. I got the hernia going on, and I'm currently using morphine tablets to medicine. So I'm like, and Moomoo is tired because it's in the middle of the night. It's just good fun.
Yeah, I completely didn't know he was on meds, to be fair. But yeah, when we found out, we were both like, okay, yeah, we're both out of our minds for doing this. Just...
I mean, it equaled out. I mean, it wasn't one-sided game. It could have gone both ways. So, yeah, it was fun.
There you go.
Fun.
It
wasn't a town matchup.
Did have one question from chat.
Yeah.
For MooMooCow from Kawaii Spoons, any thoughts on Custodes versus the new Eldar based on the previews? I know
I think
both Custodes and Eldar close to your heart, so.
Yes, very. But I don't know if this answers half the question, but I am definitely dropping Custodes for them.
Ooh.
I actually think it's a hard matchup.
For Custodes?
For no, for Eldar actually. I mean, just because of the ability to turn off rerolls.
Sure.
But overall, there are way too many ways for the Eldar to kind of just outflank you, play the position game, and with some of the shooting, like I think I've been mapping it out. Like it's almost along with psychic, it's almost like Tau. Whatever you turns up in line of sight gets picked off the table.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
just do it with shurikens. I think it's
Yeah.
just like this mass shuriken fire.
For sure.
I'm just looking forward to-
And then if you go, if you go like Harlequins, they just have so much more upset, so much more mobility, and you can't reroll your hit. They just do the Empress Auspice back to you. You can't reroll your hit rolls against them.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you get a -1 to hit, and it's just like, oh, wow, okay. And for some of them, I believe, was it the Star Weaver or the Troops? Or was it Troop of Light? You get Transhuman against rerolls. So your Custodes are suddenly hitting as well as Guardsmen.
I think
Oof.
the mix up of everything will be interesting to see.
Yeah. It just, I mean, like, it just has so many ways of just screwing with Custodes that it's gonna be tough. I think. You will see less Empress Chosen. I'm quite sure.
Ah.
Which is good for everybody else, I think.
Yes.
Finally. We found
You're probably gonna see more. Yeah, and then you watch Emissaries Imperatus 9. You know, like what's it, 15 that he such a term god turn up, and
Yeah.
no one enjoys that either. I don't know. Wait and see. I actually like the secondaries though for the Eldar.
You do?
There's the Webway Gate one has a totally janky interaction where, you know, it's
Oh
just
my
like
god, the way gateway.
you park it somewhere outside your deployment
Yeah.
zone, and then delete some terrain somewhere if you can physically fit it, and then what happens is you just need to kill everything that's 3 inches of that Webway Gate.
Seems good.
And you
Only
get
thing
like,
is, question is
and
how
it's
does it
sorry,
work? The webway on because it doesn't say how you need to place it. It just says that the archers needs to be within 3 inches of each other, which means in real life I can take 2 archers and just put them side to side, like. But in
so they look like a
TTS I haven't
giant
found a
L or
model.
something.
Yeah, in TTS I haven't found a model for it yet. I just found the big one, and that one is it's not really placeable that much. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't actually tried it on the maps, so I would. But it's just
spawn it in
fun. It
here
was
for
just
you.
fun to think of. Yeah, it's just fun to think of. Like, oh, you got that thing,
Yeah.
and
So this
80
is the
points.
gateway.
80 points for that. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, and the things that it brings, it's incredible. But if you can
Or you just
park
park
them
it on an
away
objective in your home. Even if you don't want to take that secondary, you just park it on your home objective.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and then
And it's
people that pop up from that take an avatar to the face or something.
and undestructible, which means
I don't know. It's all theory. It's all theory. I haven't actually tried anything yet, but yeah.
good fun.
Cool.
Anything else?
Yeah, so there was a question about from Aquinas about your behind enemy line pick. Were you were tempted to take Stranglehold at all in the 5 objective mission?
No. Largely because I was very worried that Tunnan would just turn on objective secure on one of his 18 wound models, and then he'd walk up into the middle objective, like there. I mean, if he just pushed a Hierodule up like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if I tried to take Stranglehold, I'd literally have to shunt everything into that just to shift him off it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd have to focus all my fire into that, and I just felt that was too much flexibility. It'd give him too much ability to dictate where my firepower was going.
Yeah, that makes sense. Was that kind of the tune in the same idea for you with Engage No Friends versus Stranglehold?
Well, basically, I guess it's the 2 harpies. The mobility, just early game, swoop out and get it. Because Custodes, same problem going into Custodes, going up, standing on objective, just gonna be back and forth, which is why I prefer engage on all fronts.
Yeah.
In this matchup.
Yeah, I guess one thing that we talked about a little bit was that both of you being relatively mobile, but both with the bikes and with the harpies, I think neither of you wanted to fight for the middle potentially if it just ended up being like a one side versus the other side scrum in the middle, but nobody actually wants to do that, so we just take the secondaries or we can go other places.
Yeah. It's not quite like the old sweep and clear, right, where you're incentivized to go for the middle. So
right.
Yeah.
I mean that's a problem I've been facing recently. I think, like, I don't know, but with Tyranids, like, it feels like some of the mission ones were really good to just pick and just didn't have to think about the secondaries that much. But nowadays you get that secondary for free included in the mission with Nutmund. It's just like, what do I pick now instead? I'm like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, and especially with Crusher Stampede, because your choices for retrieve Noctman data are very restricted.
Yeah, it's not like you have these mobile units going zoom and doing retrieve data or whatever it's called nowadays and stuff like that. You're basically forced to play either the mission or just engage or stranglehold. And in this case, like, what else do I take except psychic interrogation and assassination? Like, there is nothing.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
And they are hard. Assassination is hard to get onto towards Custodes, to score against Custodes. But nah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There was one more question from Very Disappointing Salad. Tunnan, what are your thoughts on the Tyrannifex?
Careful, it's Trevi's favorite unit now.
As of right now, it's quite cool. It's good. I wouldn't take it right now. Yeah, I know. But looking where they're going with the new codex, it's probably worth getting one quite soon before they're sold out. Feels like they're gonna be really good in the new codex.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that is fair.
I don't know.
if your local store is trying to get rid of one,
maybe pick
go
that
buy
one
it
up
real quick, just in case.
Yeah. I would do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, it's good. It's a T8, right? T8, 14 wounds, which means you can't see through, and it can hide, and it's 14 wounds standing on top of an objective with the acid spray. It is quite good, actually. For, what is it, 155 points?
Yeah, it's 160 with the spray.
160, so it's good.
Yeah.
But it's 160 points. I'd rather take a harpy right now. I like my harpies. They're doing some work.
Yes, they certainly did kill 2 models. So I think that's very strong.
Yeah. In this matchup, see them other places.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. That's all the questions from chat. So I'll go ahead and let you guys both sleep off the game.
Yeah, thanks. GG.
Just a question, actually. How does this work now? Where do we get some scores that we can see and like for the circuit, or how? I have no idea.
Yeah. So once the event is over, the scores will be submitted in the circuit. Your scores are submitted in the event for right now, but they'll be in the circuit standings on the TTS 40k site. So tts40k.com. As soon as the event ends.
Okay.
Feels good.
Thanks a lot, Trevi. Thanks for hosting this last minute.
Yeah.
Very much last minute.
Yeah, GG. Well played, Tunnan.
Yeah, same to you, Momo. Same to you.
care.
That was a good
Bye.
fight. Same. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, chats. That's it for this one. What a wild game. I guess we could have asked Tunnan about his thoughts on those shock cannon hive guard, but it sounded like they were due for a lie down. But I guess to finish off my thoughts on the shot cannon, the other thing, in addition to making the gun do more damage and certainly making it deal like flat mortals to vehicles when you attack them, so in a vehicle meta they would be a little bit more effective and just higher base stats and everything. I think you need Hive Guard to be themselves more resilient. Right now, they're still, I think with the shot cannon, they're 40 points a model. For T5, 3 wounds, 4+ armor save. It's not good enough to, or it's not, that unit dies immediately as soon as it is in line of sight. It's an expensive unit, it's usually a big unit, and your opponent's going to focus fire on it immediately so it doesn't shoot multiple times. I mean, if they care, because the shot cannon doesn't do that much damage right now. So even if it does a lot of damage, you won't want to take a unit like that only gets 1 attack off because it dies immediately. So you need the Hive Guard to be actually resilient. So that's what I have to say about that. That's what I think. Just make them big tanky boys. I would like Hive Guard to be big tanky boys with big range weapons, like a la a broadside battlesuit or something, where they're just they just sit in line of sight and dare your opponent to shoot at them. I think that would be solid. But right now they're super squishy, but it's okay because they shoot out of line of sight. So whatever, who cares? Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Chat, let's raid somebody. Anybody live? Ooh. Wrath's Reach is live. Death or Glory is live. We'll raid Wrath's Reach, I guess. So thanks, everyone, for watching. Oh, actually, before we... let's do points. Prediction points. Actually, I'm not sure it matters, to be honest. All right, here comes the raid on Wrath's Reach. Go ahead and watch them. Looks like they're also playing Death Guard Aim Crusher Stampede, so a little bit different. I should be live tomorrow, chat. Not 100% sure when or with what, but I'm going to try to set that up as soon as I can. I also, Tactical Tuesday is going to be back on Tuesday, talking about my games from this weekend. And we'll be live on Thursday on the YouTube channel, where I think we're going to play Custodes versus Tyranids again, but I'll probably play Harry Dan for that one. So I think that should be fun. So tune in for that one. I'll be putting a streaming schedule up for the remainder of the week momentarily. But thanks, everyone, for watching. Keep it classy, folks, and I'll see you in the next one.